Okay, yep, let's do the sound. Just you all know we're live. Live with deck 6 out of 30. White control. Up. Right, let me. This works. Oh. Right, just letting people know. Okay, 1 second. Swap out the chat. Right, cool. Right, before I start talking about the deck, I just have one last post to do. One second. Right. Cool. Okay. Right, so blue-white control. This deck's been picking up a lot of popularity online, or I guess just in general. There's always like kind of been a blue-white control deck in the format. It tends to vary. The card though that really powered this deck through, at least in my opinion, is this land, Field of Ruin. So it doesn't look very sorry. It doesn't look like super surprising, but Field of Ruin actually allows you to essentially it doesn't just allow you to like disrupt your opponent's mana. Like the fact that you can keep mana parity is what makes it potentially a lot better than Ghost Quarter. And this makes this deck, along with Spreading Seas, pretty strong against the big mana decks. Against Valakut, not so much, but against Tron, you're pretty favored because if you have 8 effects that are essentially close to strip mining your Tron opponents eventually. Otherwise, the shell, just a control shell. The usual Snapcaster Mage shell. And cryptic commands, all the good stuff, supreme verdicts. And yeah, it just tries to control the opponent and win with Snapcaster Mages and Planeswalkers. Because this is kind of like a stream version and I want you to, and I don't want to like favor a specific build, I've decided to play 4 different walkers. So we have Gideon of the Trials, which is against Lantern. I'm gonna skip the song, but against Lantern, this is as close to no to win as you can get. I mean, in real life, they can still draw the game with you, but online, they can't actually beat this card. So because you can't agree to a draw, so they have to basically concede. Since you can F6 and the Lantern player can't because they have to essentially stack their deck with Academy Ruin. So you can just F6 continuously. Anyways, but yeah, like Gideon of the Trials, some decks in Modern can't beat this card. So we're going to try it out. Gideon Allies and the card, just very strong threat. Forces your opponent to overextend if they want to beat it, and then you have Supreme Verdict to back it up. Jace is the same, not as much a threat, but a little bit of a card advantage source, and Gideon Jura walking into this again. So like the Planeswalkers plus Wrath Plan. We're trying a lot of 1-ofs in the deck. Caden is basically a 4th Path to Exile, to be honest, but it's super good against Death Shadow. If they run out of discard effects, or if it's in your graveyard, you can Snapcaster it, Mage it, and it's very hard for them to deal with it. The one search for Scanta for value, cards like Remand, Negate, Rune Halo. Just like to try different cards main deck. The one of Sphinx's Revelation to basically really pull ahead. The sideboard, again, basically the powerful sideboard cards are 2-ofs. And the ones that, and the 1-ofs are either secondary effects, so the second search for grindy matchups, the second negate when you need that hard counter, like say against Valakut. Explosives is kind of an answer. The second Gideon when you need to friend in, the second Rune Halo. Explosives is like the only true 1-of in the board, because we don't have it in the main deck. And then Porphyry Nodes is kind of a way to remove like the creatures from a shadow deck. Just you play it and then you take a hit though, but otherwise yes, it does kill the creature, which is really nice. It can also act as a seal, so you can play it if your opponent has one creature, and then while you take a hit, the next turn they can play a creature, but it doesn't really work that well for them, since you'll kill one of the creatures and then you can use Path to kill the other. So like it's basically like another removal spell that can act as a seal of removal, since you kill a creature and they can't really play another. 2 Vendilion Cliques against combo. This deck is really weak to combo, from what I've been given to understand. So the 2 Cliques probably will help a lot, and the other 2 Rest in Peace as well, since most combo decks... It's a bit weird that a blue-white deck is weak to combo, but if you actually look at the deck, there's very few counterspells. Like, you have 3 Cryptics. Like, it's a mana denial deck with Spreading Seas and Field of Ruin, but there's not that many counterspells. You have... Remand is kind of a soft counter, and Negate is the only really hard one. Spell along with maybe Logic Knot and Cryptics, so you're a lot softer to spell-based combo than you should be. But the Vendilions and Rest in Peace should help a lot. Stony Silence is just one of the best modern playables, and then we have 2 rejections to round out those strong matchups. And yeah, we're just gonna give this a spin and see how it goes. I'm kind of excited to play this deck. I've heard very good feedback about it, so we're gonna see how it pans out. Right, so join league with blue-white control. Submit some player points. I'll note that this deck is probably better to play online than in real life, because people, you know. Oh, 2 search for... Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we're playing 2, but 1's in the board, so maybe it would have been better to play 2 main deck. I really like the card. I just wanted to try like a lot of different 1-ofs so people can get an opinion rather than the most optimized version. This is more about like people seeing what the deck is like. So we're gonna play first. This hand seems totally fine. We're gonna lead with Colonnade probably, and then into Serum Visions with keeping Path up. So Colonnade pass here. Okay, Basic Island. Basic Island, there's not many decks that play this. This could actually be the mirror match, which I haven't actually faced blue-white control yet on stream, so it'd be really weird to start this deck and play with a mirror. Probably want to lead with Seachrome Coast rather than Islands. So we're gonna tap this. Okay, so we drew Gideon Jura. Basic Islands is either Storm, which is an awful matchup, or the mirror. So it's not a good sign. If it's the mirror, we really want this Colonnade. If it's Storm, we don't. So what I'm going to do is probably figure out if it's the mirror or not. So I'm going to put Serum Visions on top and then Colonnade. So if it's the mirror, I'm just going to cast the Serum Visions. And if it isn't the mirror, I'm going to shuffle the Colonnade away with Field of Ruin. So Colonnade and then Serum Visions. And we have Path to Exile. In case they're on Storm, we can... It's awkward to path their mana creature. Okay, Island, Island. Oh, they're on... Okay, okay, this is totally different. They're on, like, mono blue creature combo. So... a bit awkward here. I guess the Colonnade isn't, like, awful, but, yeah. The Field of Ruin is not going to do much against the opposing deck. Can't remember the lands they play. I think there's, like, some creature lands, because they're, like, monocolor. But this deck, like, plays Grand Architect, so... yeah. They make this blue. But we have Path, so we need to keep Path up at all times. So we know Colonnade's on top, so we're going to start with going Serum Visions with the Colonnade. Draw Colonnade. And then we're going to bottom Glacial Fortress. And Sekron Cryptic sounds actually pretty okay. We'll top it, and then we're going to pass. We kind of want to draw into Snapcaster Mage, but from next turn we have access to Path and multiple Cryptics. These Planeswalkers are actually really bad here. Okay, so our opponent's going to attack. This is fine. Like, I don't know how relevant it is for them to add mana, but of any color, but they're normally monocolor. Skill Borrow. Play with the... Jesus, what is this deck? Okay, so we get to see the top card of their library. So their library's Island. Okay. I don't really want to play the Path here. Like, we're under, like, almost no pressure, and we're going to eventually Supreme Verdict all this garbage. We're going to play the Island here and pass. I'm going to wait on their draw step because I want to see what they draw. Because if they draw... if they have Grand Architect, then they have infinite mana on their draw step. And we can at least interact with that. Okay. Other blue creatures. So, target artifact creature becomes blue until end of turn. Right, so... This requires 2 mana. So I need to think about this. I don't want them to do this, like, now. So, my options are to either Cryptic, Bounce, or Path to Exile. Path is a very cheap effect. I could also counter, like, the big effect, but, like, them having infinite mana is bad. So... I could also Path to get rid of this Grand Architect, because, yeah, our opponent can play blue for this to produce infinite mana. But then they could, let's see. Returning it won't do anything. That's the problem. Because if we return it, they just combo off. We could return this Pili Pala, I think that's fine though. They can recast it pretty easily, but then we can Cryptic plus Path. So we're going to return this Pili Pala to our opponent's hand. I mean, we only have one effect anyways. Like, we could do the Path. Right, so our opponent has a counter. Yeah, they just make infinite mana on draw. Yeah. I don't know if there's like an instant speed card that really destroys us here. Well, yeah. I did think like that Grand Architect could be a possibility with this, but I mean, it involves our opponent being pretty... Oh, they Serum Visions? No, but they Serum Visioned way earlier, so... It involved our opponent being like exactly lucky on Grand Architect, so yeah. When I stab this. Okay. Oh, Blue Sun Zenith? Is that what they play? War of Invention. Okay, that's probably just as bad. But it shuffles this, so... That's totally fine, right? Because there's no more Grand Architect. Yeah, I mean, they have Spellskite, but it's totally fine. Spreading Seas. Well, this is probably a card we're gonna cut, so... Right. Right, like, our opponent doesn't have it anymore. Unless they, like, literally have another Grand Architect in their hand, that would... Oh, they have it? Oh, they have Master? Okay, that's... Yeah, it's awkward, but not the end of the world. So... Yeah, the Trials. We want to probably use Gideon Jura to kill something later, but I'm fine with having Cryptic plus Path this turn. Nothing we specifically want to Path yet. We're going to stop our opponent's draw again. Kira. This is activated abilities, so Kira's fine. Yeah, this only destroys a non-basic, so we can't shuffle this. Spellskite's awkward only because I have to think, because Spellskite's only so awkward. I kind of like pathing and letting this Spellskite resolve. Like pathing the master. And then like minusing to kill one of these two. Yeah, pathing master's probably good here. And then we have Cryptic Command up if there's something bad that happens. Yeah, like Spellskite is not a problem. Really. Yep. We want to bounce this Pilipala, so we're gonna return this and draw a card. It's fine, they have Spellskite. We just didn't want them to like have Grand Architect or something here. And then I can Gideon of the... I can probably Gideon Jura the Skill Borrow since our opponent can just untap this. Yep. Right, so they redirect, we draw a card. Glacial Fortress, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I could also Jura the Skill Borrower. Yeah, I have to Jura the Skill Borrower here anyways, so... we are tapping low, but it's not like we have much of a choice here, so yeah. Destroy target tap creature, so we're gonna destroy this Skill Borrower. Like, our opponent can make infinite mana, but we know they have an island. No, we can't destroy it, because this untaps. So if I was to destroy target attack creature, my opponent would just pay 2 mana and untap this. 6. Mindslayer, Jesus. Actually, the way our hand is, it doesn't really matter. Destroy target non-basic land. Yeah, this... Mindslayer is not as bad as it normally is, because, you know... Right, so... Attacking Gideon, we can minus and kill this Pilipala. Right, so let me think. We want to fetch... How many lands do we have? 4. Our opponent can Mindslayer us, so I might have to Gideon plus just to make sure that our opponent can't minus destroy this with an emblem. And then the others aren't killable, so that's good. Right, so... They can Spreading Seas something of ours, though. That's awkward. So I'm just going to fetch a land now. Yeah, let's get a... Problem with island... How much... We have enough white, right? Yeah. We'll just get an island here. Right, so here... I could just cast both Gideons too, but it allows our opponent to stack our Serum Visions and Spreading Seas, which is awkward. Okay, so we're going to destroy this Pilipala. I think playing all the Gideons is fine. Oh yeah, I don't think Gideon of the Trials is a problem, so... So we're just going to cast the Seas here. Then we're going to Serum Visions. Condemn. Oh my god, that card's awful for us. Condemn is really bad. Sadly, it's what it is. Right, so Field of Ruin isn't a problem. Definitely botting the other. I don't want to Colonnade. I really don't want to draw a Snapcaster though, because that would be just horrific. So I'm just gonna keep this colonnade on top to be safe. And then we're going to cast this Gideon, ally of Zendikar. And we're going to plus it. Right. And that's gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the problem is the colonnade does so little. No, making a token's bad, because then our opponent can -4. Oh, our opponent plays Field of Ruin? Okay. I did not know that. It'd be really funny if our opponent played Spreading Seas too, I guess. It makes sense. But this Condemn is just horrific for us. Yeah. This Condemn draw is just like the actual nut low. Like, Path at least would get us a land. Yeah, Condemn best card. I mean... Oh, failed to find, yeah. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, Snapcaster would probably be bad too. Let's just see what happens here. We're gonna lose a Gideon. I guess Mindslaver killing a Gideon isn't, like, super awful. Although Mindslaver plus Field of Ruin is kind of awful because we can't search anything, so our opponent just strip mines us. Our opponent's gonna, like, double strip mine us by... going like Field of Ruin there, Field of Ruin, and a response crack there, so we get double strip mine. So the colonnade isn't so bad. They should wait here. Oh, Spell's Guide? Sure. Alright, so... we draw colonnade. Condemn colonnade? Yeah, I guess... Yeah, so our opponent, at least Field of Ruin is target non-basic land and opponent controls, so... well, you got another colonnade, so they could, yeah. Most likely scenario, our opponent gets rid of this one probably, because this one's at 1 loyalty, and then taps us out. This card is not very fun. Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, yeah. Let's just see what our opponent does. Okay, so yeah, they make a 6/6. They condemn this Gideon Jura then. That's what it is. Why do you make both creatures? Is there something that I don't know? He has a trick. No, he's just not attacking. That's all. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and if my opponent draws Master of Ethereum, then they can kill the other Gideon Jura, which would be awful. Yeah, Field of Ruin. What the hell? Oh, it just taps me out? Why would you activate Field of Ruin here? Oh well, whatever. Okay. Right, so Mindslaver was just removal for Jura and Condemn. It was like a 2 for 1. Condemn is actually pretty good against Spellskite. Yeah. Okay, so... like, we can get rid of the Spellskite with Juris Plus. What is this? Another Mindslaver? Really? Or Ballista? Ballista would make more sense. War of Invention for free. Yeah, they get a Master? Ugh. Oh, that's awkward. Yay. Wait, so Juris dead. Right, so that's what it is. Come on. Okay, so now... the problem with Gideon... this Gideon's really bad here. Actually... how bad is this Gideon? Oh my god. Right, so... let's see here. I kind of want to Field of Ruin this while my opponent's tapped low. I want to Field of Ruin their Field of Ruin. We'll get planes this time. Right, and then we have the mana to activate Colonnade. We could attack here for 4. Yeah, blocking's probably better here. Right, so... Right, Serum Visions. Our opponent says, oops. Kira. We knew they have Kira. We need a Supreme Verdict. Or like a Sphinx's Revelation. Like, you know, basically anything is good. What the... Well, I mean... I... definitely am activating this Colonnade. I'm just gonna see what my opponent has. Well, that was probably a mistake. Yeah. We have Path, which is wow bad. Yeah, like we could. I mean, Gideon like kind of breaks the shield anyways. So we don't. I would rather wait here anyways. This is not a lot of damage, so. I gotta just attack with Colonnade here. Yeah, but I don't want to pop the shield, because if I draw a Supreme Verdict, I can, but I don't have to. It doesn't matter anyways, because our opponent has Spellskite, so we need to draw a Verdict or a Sphinx's Rev, or I guess a Snapcaster is good too. What the hell is this? Memnarch. Jeez. What kind of cards are these? What's this? Target permanent. Okay. Right, so that is not the draw we wanted. So let's see. And then this creature. Spellskite, Memnarch, and Kira are pretty awkward to deal with here. Let's see. Our opponent's gonna probably take a Colonnade. Ugh. Yeah, we just have to sit tight until we draw a Verdict. Or a Revelation would work too. Revelation would be nice. Yeah, this is what happens though. You lose to Nonsense, which doesn't care about their mana base. Okay, opponent just passes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna use Memnarch end of turn. Yeah. I've been okay. Been okay. Right, so they took our Colonnade. And they're gonna target the other one. Let me think. This is really bad. That is a while. But yeah, this is super bad. Oh, I should have Field of Ruined before my opponent could make it into a creature. Should be fairly safe though. Oh no, my opponent has the mana. That's awkward. That was a mistake. They could like just bubble this. Okay, Jesus Christ. Ay, come on. This is gonna be really hard if I don't draw a Supreme Verdict very quickly. Okay. I'm gonna have to like Field of Ruin my own, okay, well this is a good time. Yeah. One second. What did we target? We targeted that one? Okay, so this one. Yeah. We're gonna get an island. I mean, I could path my own colonnade, but there's no rush. And I could always do it on my turn. I guess my opponent could steal it twice, but they don't have white. I mean, they could steal, I guess, another white source. I'm gonna let this happen. Yeah, this is just savage for us. Because we're not drawing into the... Yeah. I mean, it's jank, but the mana base doesn't impact them. There we go. Finally, jeez. It's what we needed a little earlier, but we'll take it. At least we have no artifacts for our opponent to take control of. I'm gonna just keep up negate and path. Right, so we lost 3 of our colonnades. And a Gideon. Okay, let's make sure we counter this thing, whatever. It's probably a Whir, right? Do we want to counter a Whir for 2? What does Whir for 2 get? Like, is it get anything good? Probably not. Whir for 2 is probably okay. Mirror Superion? Jeez. I mean, we... Grand Architect? Okay. That's fine. Wow, another Mirror Superion? Jeez. At this point I'm wondering if we need to top deck just the Snapcaster Mage. Okay, it becomes blue. Jesus. What is this? We have the Tension Sphere as well. So... our opponent doesn't attack either, so... Right, so if we can draw a Snapcaster, we're fine. 2 path is maybe okay. Let me think here. We take quite a bit of damage. I could play Gideon just to buy some time. And then have 2 paths and a negate, so... Right, so we'll just say that this one can't do anything. What is this? I mean, if this is a Gigantor, we're countering this. Yeah, we're... Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're done with this crap. Right, okay, so now we basically need to draw a Snapcaster Mage or Sphinx's Rev. I guess we don't have much time for Sphinx's Rev. Right, blue. Yes, that's fine. All this is fine. Right, that's less fine, but not much I can do. So, let's see. What do we have to do here? Okay, so... they're all attacking me, I believe. Yes. Right, so... we can path... I think we path the Colonnade into 6/7, so that leaves us down to 2 life. But... actually, there's a lot of answers to Colonnade that aren't path. Alright, so the Mirror Superior's got... like, we can draw another Field of Ruin or a Spreading Seas. Right. And then path the other Superior. There we go. This deck is ludicrous. Right, and then we take 6, going to 8. That's not the draw we were hoping for. We can lock this down. Let me think. I want to show this. If I draw Sphinx's Rev, I really need to draw as many cards as I can. Or yeah, Spreading Seas, like into Snapcaster. Like I need to like, I can't afford this to bluff here. I think with Hallowed Fountain. What the hell does this become? Oh, okay, sure. Oh, D-Sphere? We have a lot of outs to Colonnade, so like Field of Ruin and Path, and basically not Path, but yeah. Okay, we go to 7, I guess. Yes. Right. Well, these Gideons better start working overtime. Create an ally and prevent damage from this. Yeah, this is like getting really frustrating. We're not. Okay, sure. So our opponent's drawing Serum Visions. That's good to know. If we draw Verdict, we might be in okay shape. Are we dead though? Should I have plus on this? We might be dead actually. No, we're fine. We're still alive by 1 life if he attacks us below. Right, so we're being attacked. Right. So we're being attacked with everything. So we're going to choose to not die, since that sounds great. Snapcaster Mage! Finally! Good friend of ours. Okay, so now we Snapcaster. We get a Supreme Verdict. We cast our Supreme Verdict. And now we need to really start attacking. And our opponent only has 1 source, so we're going to attack with this Gideon. And we're going to prevent the damage from Celestial Colonnade. Prevent all damage. There we go. Serum Visions. Let's see what they do. Our opponent's Sigh. Top. Okay, so 1 card's on top and they... Oh, okay, they have Spell Scat as well. Let's see. Come on! Flooded Strand! Really? Not even like Field of Ruin? Oh yeah, free Field of Ruins. Or like... Oh, man. How many lands have we drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Jeez, 16. I think I have. I just haven't re-looked at it. Like the Maxos list. Okay. Right, so... Right now, we need to emblem this Gideon. Because otherwise we're going to lose, so... I think what I'm going to do first, though, is +1 this Gideon and attack. And then we'll emblem this. We have to make the Gideon emblem. There's just no other choice, so yeah. Okay. I guess we can play this Flooded Strand, since technically we can still fetch a land. I think we have a Hallowed Fountain left. Oh, Grand Architect? Sure. I'm going to use the Strand like if my opponent attacks me. Right. Opponent's at 4. Right. We don't have much time, so we're going to have to be a bit quicker, I guess. Attacks Gideon. Okay. You know what? Let's use the Strand and go to 0. I think that's kind of funny. Right. So our Gideon goes to 1. Ruined Halo. I have protection. Okay, so we're going to make this a 4-4. I'm going to make this a 5-5. And then we're going to attack with both. Oh, Colin. What? Yeah. They can't animate Colonnade, right? Yeah, so we're going to just name Colin. Actually, let me think here. Yeah, we're going to name Colonnade. Oh wait, that doesn't work because they're attacking our planeswalker. So that was bad. I guess Mindslaver, yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is not good because it doesn't. Yeah, I can't be dealt damage, but my Gideons can be. Okay. Okay, well we win then, or I guess our opponent can block both. Right, another flooded strand. Jesus, come on. Our deck is trolling us, but we only have limited time. Okay, so this should kind of do. Okay, F6. I have X6 already. Let's let our. Yeah, this was a very long game one. Okay, so F6. Sure, whatever. Plus. Plus. Right, there we go. Finally! Jeez, that was a long game. Okay, we don't want Spreading Seas. For sure, that was bad. Rune Halo seems... I mean, it does give us protection versus Mindslaver, I guess. But not much else. Porphyry Node seems really good against our opponent. Condemn, less so. Our opponent probably... Yeah. Oh, Stony Silence. Sorry, yeah, that's good. We need to win in time, so Vendilion Clique isn't great, but yeah. Let's see. Search. Negate stops Logic Knot. Do we want a second one? Maybe. They have so many creatures, so Negate is really... We don't want to remand against this deck. I don't think we want Rune Halo if we have Stony Silence. I don't think you need both. I like the second Gideon ally Zendikar since it's hard for opponent to kill it. I think this might be fine. Explosives is not... I mean, Explosives... It kills Mir Superion. But it kills like Stony... I mean, it's bad with Stony Silence and Search. So I don't like Explosives here. Vendilion Clique is kind of cool, but... Nah. I don't want Seas. I don't want... Rejection, counter target colorless spell. Wait, that's pretty good, right? That's gotta be deserving, worthy of a slot. I don't like the Jace, I think. It's a lot of triggers, too. It's hard for our opponent to deal with walkers. I don't think this Gideon of the Trials is very good, though. I think we should play this Jace, though. Jace seems okay. Maybe not. It's tapping out. We're on the draw. Maybe Jace is bad. And I don't like getting into the Trials in this scenario. Thank 2 Search. Yeah, this seems fine. Spell Snare is still good. We want the rejections. Yeah, let's go with this. We could board out a Field of Ruin too. I think that's totally fair to board out a land. Actually, no, we're losing the Spreading Seas. I don't want to board out a land. We're losing some of our cantrips. Okay, we're gonna focus a bit here. This is fine. This has like everything we kind of need. Right, Island, Wander, okay. Colonnade, go. Spellskite, okay. I kind of like Search here more than Stony Silence, since I want to start the Graveyard Train. Like, we can Stony later. It's not so bad. Yeah, we want to Stony, like, now. Okay, we take 0. That's fine. Well, 1, I guess. 1 from 2 creatures. Right, so... Spell Snare in the graveyard. Spell Snare is nice, but yes, I think our opponent... D-Sphere is nice. Here, I kind of want to use the Serum Visions and Silence, so I'm going to pay 2 life for this one. Oh, that's a mistake. I should have Serum Visions first and then Chosen. Right, okay, so Serum Visions. Yeah. We probably don't want the island, but I am okay with... Oh, wait, we want to bin a card, essentially. Do we want this Mystic Gate? We have enough mana. Let's bottom both. Yeah, bottom both is okay. Right, Stony. It's fine, we have Glacial Fortress. We don't have to bin the card with Search. Like, I'd rather bin a spell, to be honest. Okay, so we're at 14. And I really want to get to Supreme Verdict at some point. Put Cryptic Command. Yes, because our opponent has Mausoleum Wanderer and we already have one. I think Gideon's pretty good here. Oh, actually, our opponent has 2 flyers. We want to wait. Let's Serum Visions here, I guess is good. And we have Negate up. Porphyry Nodes is really great. We don't need a second one. I like the second Snapcaster. Nodes. Nodes is great here. Like we're blue-white enchantment control. This is great. Oh, Field of Ruin. Okay. Grand Architect. So, Grand Architect might be the card we want to desphere. Because this is... Yeah. Or, actually, change of plan. It might be this Mere Superior. Actually, we might have to bin the Snapcaster Mage I wanted so much. Yeah, so... let's see... Okay, so we destroy Spellskite. Snapcaster Mage isn't really what we want anymore. Yes. Plains? I could also Cryptic, but this has 2 power. No, so I can't Cryptic. Right. So that means we want to Detention Sphere the Mere Superior to not die. Turns out that Spell Snare would have been great. Okay, yes. Yep. So we get attacked here for 4. Right. I can destroy this Grand Architect since my opponent has no zeros anymore, so that's great. Okay. Let's destroy this Grand Architect. And Revelation in the bin. Yes, we can Snapcaster it later. Now, do we... I just want to kind of pass and let the Porphyry Nodes do their job, and I have access to Cryptic too. Right, so we want to counter target spell draw. Blue, and blue. Opponent's gonna maybe do this, but I don't really care. Right, okay, cool. Right, they attack. Our opponent attacks us, then we don't have to bin the card. Serum Visions, we don't need it. So I'll put it and we'll transform. We have Snapcaster Mage. So here we can keep this Porphyry Nodes alive forever. I'm gonna fetch a basic island. We can now keep this Porphyry Nodes basically alive forever, which is really sweet. Okay, wait. Although our opponent can't feel a Ruin or Excanta, so maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, that was an error. I forgot that our opponent could feel the Ruin, the Excanta. They don't care. Sure. Spellskite? Sure. That's fine. So our opponent's... Okay, so we are at free, which isn't tons, but we can Sphinx's Revelation for tons later, so that's not so bad. Right, we want to untap. Oh. Kill this Spellskite. We can Verdict here. Verdicting isn't so bad. It makes sure that we can't lose. I Verdict because I want to attack with this Gideon. Okay. No. Yeah. It doesn't matter because like all the creatures die to the Verdict. It's a check right away. I think it's fine. Wait, our clock is low. I have to kill my opponent at some point. I'm gonna pop out the graveyard so we have more time. Right, so opponent's probably gonna feel our cert. No, they're not. Okay, that's fine. This is like one game has been unreal. Okay, so float blue. We're gonna get a plains. We should have fielded ruined our opponents, I guess, at some point. Yeah. We get Logic Knot. Right. Logic Knot kind of finishes this game. So now, like, yeah, we just get a plus Gideon for twice, and that's it. There's no check on resolution. It just triggers. It's just when there are no creature, it triggers, and then that's it. Like, the trigger just happens. It's when there are no creatures. Right, so search. Probably a mistake, actually, because there's no way we can lose with negate plus Logic Knot, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, we win that match. That was hard fought. I'm gonna put the light on in the room, so 1 second. This balances out my webcam a little bit, and it gets dark early. Well, that match took almost an hour. Right. Well, we won against the most utter nonsense I've seen in a long time. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Let's go. Let's do game 2. Man. Game 1 was a farce almost. Right, so this hand is a bit awkward because we don't have white, but Field of Ruin allows us to get white mana later. I'm okay with not casting these on turn 1 or 2. And we also have Spell Snare for our opponent's 2-drop, so I'm going to keep... All these things make me want to keep. We also have Seize to draw a card. Okay, Street Wraith. We're probably going to get Thoughtseize, so if that Spell Snare was good, it's gone, and then otherwise it's probably the Seize that's going to be gone. I'm just assuming we're against Shadow right now. Okay. I could keep white up for Path, but I think keeping blue up for Spell Snare is going to be better here. If our opponent taps out anyways for a Tastic or Ish effect. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe they're Landlight. Right, they take damage. Inquisition. Well, sure. We can't do much about that. We want to Path, by the way, before we Field of Ruin, because then the Field of Ruin is closer to Strip Mine. Okay, they take Detention Sphere. That's interesting. Not because I think it's wrong. I just think it's interesting here. Like, taking the Detention Sphere signals that they probably have a 2F threat. Okay, they're going to get Watery Grave to kind of counter this Spreading Seas if I'm going to cast it. Which I still might. Because, like, it is on curve. Our opponent did, like, just pass here. You know what? Plains. I'm not the biggest fan of running out the Seas here. I'd rather just like it path end of turn. That seems better. Keep Spell Snare and path up. Right, Steam Vents. We can seize this. Right. Liliana of the Veil. Wow, that card is bad for us. We're gonna lose the Condemn since our opponent knows about it. But Liliana is super bad because we only have Gideons to fight this. Like this on turn 3 without a counterspell is really bad for us. Should we have seized anyways? It's really a hard call because most versions only run one Liliana at most. So like they have to have it and not have a fetch land for a third Black Source. Yep. We're gonna lose this Condemn. Fiddle Push, sure. Snare hits Snapcaster Mage in this matchup. That's the main target. Okay, Cryptic is nice. Because with Cryptic we can bounce this Lily eventually. Here we want to... because we don't have a dual land, I just want to Spreading Seas the Steam Vents. Actually, our plan might be to make this Liliana not work later. So I might have to seize this Water Grave and like get rid of all the black sources. I think that's our plan. That's our best plan. Oh, we have Detention Sphere. That's actually pretty nice. It's a bit sad that we had to draw it right away, but yeah. Because now we can't, and because our mana is really awkward, we drew like all the basics. Like I can't keep up Spell Snare and Path. Right, so our opponent's Serum Visioned, and they bottom topped, so I'm very encouraged to use this field. We're probably going to discard the Spell Snare because it only gets Snapcaster, and our plan is to Mana Denial them. It's pretty bad if... we could also... I think this Cryptic might be okay to lose because we have D-Sphere. Yeah, the Cryptic's probably what we want to lose, which is weird. We can always lose the Spell Snare later. You don't want to like take Snap... I don't want to get Snapcaster plus Inquisition here. Right, so our opponent has more black sources. Right, so we're gonna D-Sphere this Liliana. Which our opponent shouldn't have an answer to. Like, this should just happen. It's a bit unfortunate for our opponent because we have 2 D-Spheres only. Oh, what? Okay, just so you know, like, I'm a Platinum Pro, so they just gave me my 35 Q points. It's kind of nice, I guess. Nice little on-stream gift. They could be on Grixis. Control doesn't usually run Liliana. And they usually have some other card, and they usually run, like, a little more Ancestral. Like... Also, our opponent took 2 damage for no reason. That's usually not a control move. What is this? A second Lily would be a pretty big sign, though. Oh, yeah, they have Street Grave, too. Yeah. Call against command. We discard, and they return a Street Wraith. Right, so... This is awkward. Because Snap is a thing. Do I want to lose the Path? Losing the Path is pretty bad. We have Gideon. I really want to resolve this Gideon Jura. I really don't want to get Snapcastered. We're going to lose the Spell Snare. But yeah. Right, opponent cycles. We need to keep the Path, because if our opponent goes for... the Swamp is great here. So, because it allows us to potentially strip mine. Our opponent has an island, I suspect, in their deck. So here we're going to sack this and destroy the Blood Crypt. We're going to try to get our... Opponent has a lot of black. Let me think. We want to get our opponent off red eventually, so they can... So a lot of these shenanigans stop. Yeah, cutting off black is rarely a bad idea. Let's get another Plains. Even though it doesn't allow me to cast Cryptic, it allows me to cast Gideon Jura. This does give my opponent a mana, which is awkward. Giving my opponent mana here is pretty awkward. Right, so Plains, and our opponent's going to get basic island from their deck. Yeah. Okay. Getting of the Trial is really awkward because it doesn't allow it to path. I'm more in favor here of just passing until our opponent makes kind of a threat. Also, discarding the Spell Snare is right in most scenarios, but in this case, it would have been better to discard the path. It's just we drew a never. Flooded Strand's interesting here. That allows us to maybe go for Getting of the Trials, but then our opponent can Snapcaster kill it. So I'm a bigger fan here of passing. Okay, they play Scalding Tarn. We're gonna get a Hallowed Fountain in the turn. Opponent's like building up their strength here. Island's interesting. It allows us to resolve this Gideon Jura most likely. Unless they have Snapcaster, actually. We're gonna wait till we have 7 mana, just to be very safe. Because if they go Stubborn, Snap, Stubborn, it's awkward. Right, so Scaldings. Spreading Seas is really powerful here because that forces our opponent to do something. Lest they lose their Kolaghan's Command. Right, well that was nice. They probably have another Blood Crypt in their deck. But this is already pretty nice. Right, we draw an island. I'm gonna keep this island this turn, and we can play it next turn. Because, like, if our opponent goes Kolaghan's Command, I want to discard the island. Like, these paths are gonna see use. Right. Not sure what our opponent's trying to accomplish here. Field of Ruin is pretty great. I want to wait for a Blood Crypt, but we could also strip mine our opponent's Water Grave. I'm a fan of playing the field and the Gideon here. Yeah, like, I play 1 Crypt and 3 Water Graves. But if our opponent has no red, we don't have to worry, right? So that's why I'm worrying about it, is because if they don't have the red, we're, like, super golden. Right, so here we want to play our Gideon Jura. If our opponent has, like, Infi Stubborns, then it's awkward, but I think this is fine. Like, right, and we just plus this. I mean, our opponent has to make some kind of move. Or not. Apparently, they're just flooding out horribly. Cycle Street Wraith. You might be correct to cast this at some point. Right, and our opponent... Yeah, so they fought Scour themselves. They milled 2 snaps. Okay, that's good info to have. They fought Scour themselves again. They Fatal Push. They might have just like a bunch of pushes and stuff. Oh, Seraph Visions is great. We can Field of Ruin our opponent here. So they bottom both. Right. Right, so we're probably going to Field of Ruin our opponent's Thoughtseize us. Yeah, that's fine. We're probably going to... They're dead now. There's nothing they can do. We have 2 paths, so... Right, they take Gideon of the Trials? Sure. I mean, this match is over. I'm just gonna make this a 6-6. Post-board, this matchup obviously gets way harder. Pre-board, it's a joke. We don't want Gideon of the Trials, really. I guess it's okay, maybe. Let me think. Spell Snare, like, gets snapped, but it's not very good against Shadow in general. Condemn's great. Condemn is like this weird slot where it's not so great. Yeah, I can have both Gideon. It's just I was worried about Snap Kolaghan's Command for a long time. That's why I didn't do anything. Rest in Peace is good. Nodes is okay. Snow Halo is okay. This is really awkward for Shadow to kill. We could ward in this search, and Explosives kills Shadows at 1. I can't kill Liliana with this. I can only kill Death Shadow, but I think that's fine. Killing Shadow, like, this just killing Shadow's okay. Let me think. I don't like getting into the trials. Jace is caught. Let me think here. They board into like this aggro control deck, so Sphinx's Revelation usually is not so great post board. Let me think here. Negate is not what I want. I want to fight creature threats. There's a lot of cards that board in. What's my plan? Jura's great. I guess we don't want Jace. We have enough here. Like, we want our card advantage to be search for Scandabase. Remand is good against the... I mean, Remand is weird. It's, like, good against the Delphrets and, like, to bounce our own stuff. But, yeah. Rune Halo... I don't know if we need Rune Halo. It does, like... It is an answer to Liliana. Potentially. Not the biggest fan, though. They don't have a clean answer for this most of the time, so it's okay. Although if they board in their own explosives or something, it's bad. Right. We need to make decisions. D-Sphere seems good. Maybe the Porphyry Nodes isn't good. I can't afford to take, like, big hits. So, Halos and Explosives for 1. What do I not like, then? Probably not the biggest fan of Logic Knot. Okay. Yeah, because we are putting in Rest in Peace. Submit. Snapcaster, like, the thing is Rest in Peace makes you much better. Oh, Ruined Halo? It's close. I'm not actually sure how I should board in this matchup. We're going to keep this. Our hand is going to get ripped to shreds anyways. Getting up trials? Yeah, maybe. Right. Rune Halo, getting up trials. What would you board out? That's my question. Like, I was having trouble with what to board out, not what to board in. Like, all the cards seem good. Cryptic? Yeah, it might make sense. Inquisition us, okay. They take the D-Sphere because we don't have anything else. Wasn't much of a choice. Right, so Flooded Strand, pass. If they Liliana us, probably don't need this Mystic Gate. Yeah, Shaving Cryptic sounds good. Probably Sphinx's Rev is not very good either, since it gets stubborn too easily. Yeah. I boarded that out, though. No, I boarded out Logic Knot. Yeah, so Cryptic, Logic Knot, and Sphinx Rev. Okay. Right, so our opponent, Watergrave twice. Fought Scour themselves. Probably a creature threat of some sort. Okay. Yeah, this is looking like a Delphret. Yeah, getting up the Trials might have been the right pick, because, yeah. The problem is if they have 2 creatures, like, your Gideon just dies for no value. I guess, like, yeah. Delphret. Come on, you can pay. I have full confidence. Right. Hallowed Fountain. No. I could start the Field of Ruin train now. Yeah. So, yeah, we could probably Field of Ruin. Do we want to do it now, though? I probably want to do it now so that my opponent doesn't mess. It's a little harder for my opponent to have double block. Because I don't have Path right now. Let's get, we have a lot of, let's just get a Plains here. We have, like, it doesn't really matter much, but yeah. Signal's a Path. They got Islands. Okay, so they probably have a Blood Crypt or something. Yeah. I mean, I could have, like, tried to starve them off red, but I don't want to give my opponent, like, a mana. Like, up in case I figure that Gideon is one of the Gideons is the right play. Probably isn't. I'm pretty sure like the Supreme Verdict is going to be played this turn. Yeah. What is this? Snapcaster Visions? Okay. Yeah, we're definitely verdicting here. Right. And that was the one thing where I should have maybe waited on the Field of Ruin. Is like to shuffle their deck if they Serum Visions top. I think that's like a better explanation, yeah. Probably should have done it. Should have done it at EOT. Just so like Serum Visions gets counted pretty hard. Or like there's a chance they could draw the basic. There's a lot of reasons to do it later. Alright, so Supreme Verdict. What I knew about that. Right. Steam Vents, take damage. Fotsies? Or Lily? No, this isn't Lily. This is something else. Oh, this is Never Delphret? Okay. Right, Angler. Well, we're verdicting again. Since we don't... I don't think they keep in the removal, but they keep in Kolaghan's command, so like Gideon Ally Zendikar would have been a really... yeah. I could have also like just played Gideon Jura plus. That might have... Actually, that was the best line. The best line was to play this plus, and then this doesn't really... There's only Battle Rage, and they shouldn't keep in Battle Rage against us. So yeah, that turn I should have just played Gideon Jura plus. Because our opponent was tapped out. We discard a card. Alright, we get rid of this island, which isn't really doing much for us. Okay, so now our opponent's kept Stubborn Denial mana up. Right, so Colonnade is kind of the most awkward land. Because our opponent has Kolaghan's. And I don't want to run into Stubborn. So I have like... But then again, I don't want my opponent to Kolaghan's as... to like snap Kolaghan our last... like one of Verdict or Jura. But I think it's okay to just play this Gideon out and see what happens. Just make a ally. To be honest, we don't really need this so much. Yeah, I think this is fine. Worst case scenario, we have 6 lands for Colonnade. Like the mana to activate Colonnade. Opponent's gonna Fotscour themselves, losing a Serum Visions and a Snap. Did our opponent, by the way, mill out... They milled out a Watery Grave and a Blood Crypt earlier. So they're pretty low on fetchable lands. And they do have 2 Blood Crypts. So chances are that, aside from the basic Swamp, these are all the lands our opponent has access to. So our opponent has to get basic Swamp here. Right. Okay, this is tough because we could get Stubborn pretty hard. So let me think here. What do we want to do? Because our opponent has Snapcaster Kolaghan's. So is it awkward though to like get like Stubborn, Snapcaster Stubborn? Like we lose Gideon Jura, but then we kind of kill this Kolaghan's command out. Let me think. I think it's fine. What do we lose? We lose to Stubborn Snap. Our opponent just needs Stubborn, right? We could just Serum Visions. I think that's a pretty safe play. Search for a Scant is super powerful too. So, let me think. We have 6 cards in our graveyard. So if our opponent makes us discard, we'll have 7. We definitely don't want Flooded Strand. We want Field of Ruin though, because Field of Ruin, like basically a strip mine at this point. Cryptic Bounce. Very few versions play Cryptic. I did, but right. We're putting this on top. We're gonna make an ally first, just in case like this line happens. And then we're gonna play Search for a Scanta. If they have like actual negate, that's awkward, but it's fine. Right, and then we don't attack. A, because that would grow Death Shadow, and B, because they have Snapcaster, so we don't want to give our opponent the opportunity to kill our Gideon too easily. Like, they could, I guess, but let's not make it easy for them. Right, so our opponent sacks Peludric Delta, gets a basic Swamp. Snapcaster Mages. So all of this is fine. We're going to lose our Supreme Verdict at this point. Although I guess our opponent's at 9. We might have to just lose this Gideon Jura, which I'm not a fan of, but at least we would be able to kill a... If we lose the Gideon Jura here, we would be able to at least kill a Death Shadow that came out. Yeah, we'll lose the Gideon. It's a bit awkward, but... Right, so Gideon took 2 damage. So we might not have any Fret soon. That's all. Well, we have the Colonnades. That's actually pretty good here. Maybe I should have kept the Jura. But yeah, yeah, because the Search for Scanta is so powerful. Oh, okay, like we actually get mauled. Full mauled. Search is good, at least. Yeah, so we get Field of Ruin to... Right, our opponent plays Death Shadow, that's unsurprising. Nihil Spellbomb. Well, they should sack that now. Because you're not beating Search for a Scanta in a long game. Right, so we lose all our graveyard. That's... All this is frustrating. That was a lot of frustration. Okay, do we want Field of Ruin? Yeah. It's not so bad, because, like, it's still, like, Strip Mines our opponent. So, like, the question is, do I want the effect Strip Mine? I think so. Like, not being able to flashback Call against command with Snapcaster is super powerful, so... We're gonna actually just draw it. Sack and kill this... I guess Blood Crypt. We don't have access to Supreme Verdict anymore, which is worth noting. Yeah, our opponent gets nothing. Right, so... Yeah. I'm okay with taking exactly 4 here. Our opponent has Battle Rage. They have it. I mean, if that's Street Rage Battle Rage, we don't die. They have to have Street Rage Battle Rage. But yeah, that was a pretty good turn from our opponent. I think like it all came back to that mistake of not slamming Jura when our opponent had Angler. Because like they couldn't kill the Gideon and we would have been in good shape. Okay, what is this? Is this lethal? Somehow. Oh, Dismember Battle Rage? Oh, that's just... Dismember Battle Rage is pretty brutal. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, they have Dismember Battle Rage. Jeez, seriously. They had it all. Ugh. Ugh. Really? That was pretty brutal. That was a brutal end to this. Alright, so we don't want Cryptics. We had the Rune Halos in the end, yeah. So yeah, I did have them. Let's see, if our opponent plays Battle Rage, Spell Snare, so I don't like Spell Snare, because like our opponent has, like, I already don't like counter magic against discard, so Jace doesn't match up well. Perforating Nodes is okay, I guess. Rest in peace. Yeah, we got really unfortunate by like that whole sequence. We got pretty destroyed. It was actually pretty good sequence. Let's see here. What's good? Logic Nod is... They get discard spells. I don't really like Logic Nod style cards. Jace Plus is okay. Not great though. Porphyry? Oh, Gideon of the Trials, right. Do I want Porphyry Nodes? I guess one Spell Snare is fine. I don't like it though. It only counters Snap. It's pretty good against Snap, but that's all it gets. And they have discard, so like discard plus is really bad for me here. Remand is okay against counter magic or against Snap. I guess like that's the better hedge is the Remand, because they're usually like they can be pretty land light. So yeah, I'll submit this. We will keep this hand. Between Gideon and Colonnade, that 5 mana. I know they have Snapcaster in hand, so yeah. Right, we're gonna play this and pass. I'm probably gonna Spreading Seas their first land, or we'll see what happens here. Spreading Seas, like Spreading Seasing land one is pretty powerful. Right, they play Thoughtseize. If they don't search for a scan, we're gonna cast Search or Spreading Seas. I guess we can cast Search. We'll see. We'll see what our opponent takes. Yeah, I mean Condemn is so powerful against them that you have to keep it, but they do have a lot of discard. The fact that they gain life is unreal too. This deck could play Blessed Alliance. They might have to take this Ruined Halo. We're gonna get a lot of information based on what happens here. Right, okay, so our opponent probably has at least one shadow. No. Right, okay, so our turn. Now, let's see. I kind of want to Spreading Seas this, but the Search is really powerful too. Seizing this is really strong though. Turn 1, turn 2. Yeah. I mean, our opponent could have discard, but they have to get another Black Source. Okay. It also gives us the out if we draw a second Seize. Search is really powerful though, and was like the way we generated card advantage. So maybe that was wrong. Let's see what they do here. Thoughtseize, yeah. Maybe we should have played Search out. But then their mana is great. Yeah, they should take Search for a Scanta here. Although Snapcaster Mage is super powerful too. So it's not that easy. Okay, they took Snap. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to try and resolve Search. Is this deck playable if I have 2 Colonnade? I mean, Colonnade is like one of your main win conditions, so I honestly would try to find the other 2. It's playable, but you're playing a much worse version of the deck. Like, this is not replaceable as a card. Realistically. Okay, so what did our opponent do, by the way? They topped one, bottom the other. Okay, so we want to play Search and our Colonnade, since unlikely we don't necessarily have to path end of turn. Alright, so this is fine. Right. No worries. Okay. Right. There's like 2 angles you can do with Spreading Seas. Is like, I think, get the red mana or aim to like just get the early stuff. Okay, so this is looking like Death Shadow Central or Liliana. Okay. Right, Liliana's awkward for me here. What do we want to lose? I guess Condemn. Since our opponent can just do this until they get there. Okay. Street Wraith. If we draw a Gideon, we're in pretty decent shape, actually. Yes, I will put Search for Scanta into the graveyard, though. Oh, wow, that was perfect. We don't have a path, though, so that's kind of the awkward part, but... you know, we'll live. Make a 2/2 Knight ally token. The good news is our Search for Scanta flips if our opponent pluses, so yeah. But they are at 7, so it does block the Gideon going for 5, which is awkward. So our opponent should like play their Death Shadows and plus away our path. Yep, we lose our path, sadly. Not much we can do. I don't think so far there was much we could do. Our options were pretty... I think the Spreading Seas and Scanta Turn were the only ones that were kind of close. Right, so they play Shadow. Right, and here Search is probably flipping unless it's a literal path. Yes, we're putting Hallowed Fountain into the graveyard. And we're transforming this for sure. Field of Ruin is pretty interesting here. But let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to make a second Knight? Because if our Gideon dies to the Death Shadow, we're in real trouble. We could also just animate the Colonnade with what we have. Let me think. This turn is really tough. Because Liliana is at 5, and we really need to watch out for that. Because if we Field of Ruin, they still get the mana, so... And they have red, black twice. Our opponent still has Dismember in their deck, so I don't like activating Colonnade into open mana. Like Liliana has to discard my opponent's cards too. I think I'm a fan of just making a Knight and passing here, because I can do either Colonnade or a Scanta, and I can always I want to one-shot them. I don't want to lose to Battle Rage again randomly. So yeah, our opponent can minus Liliana, I guess. That's a totally fine play. Right, our opponent might not here. Okay. Yeah. Because if we like a Scanta into Supreme Verdict as well, we're in like great shape. So I didn't want to do it right away because there's a number of cards we might get off of Scanta that we would have to discard to discard Spell or Liliana, and that would be awful. Right, so if our opponent just attacks Gideon with their Death Shadow, then it gets really close. Because they could have Battle Rage, but yeah. But if they have Battle Rage, they might just kill us. Okay, so we have to sack a creature. This Knight Ally's gone. Right, so they're gonna attack Gideon. At this point, I could activate the Search for Scanta, but I don't want to. I really don't want to run into discard. This is fine. Like if I draw a Supreme Verdict, like that's just castable, and there's nothing my opponent can do. So, right. We could Field of Ruin, but if I draw a path, I kind of want to do it end of turn, right? Our opponent only has one blue source, so yeah. I'm a fan of just Descanting rather than Field of Ruining here. Right, so we're gonna a Scanta, a Gideon Jura. Well, that's not the best one because it commits us potentially. Oh, drawing Colonnade is also bad. Let's think about this one. Do I want to try and cast Gideon Jura? We could plus and attack Lily. That's like totally fine. Plus attacking Lily is actually okay, I think. Yeah, we could do both, but I don't want my opponent to get a second blue source. Since they can get a second blue source if they really need it. Let's attack Lily. This opens our Gideon up. But it gets rid of Liliana. So the question here is, what do I do? Do I just chance this Gideon into Stubborn? My opponent's representing it pretty hard. I could also just play. I could also just search for Scanta, but this is a really hard turn. If I run into Stubborn, it's awkward, but I'm just gonna run it out. Right, there we go. They don't always have it. Now we're like basically super ahead. They milled us. I guess they milled us out of spite. Or their graveyard's full, it doesn't matter. Right. They don't always have the counter spell, and our opponent was pretty constrained on blue mana. Right, so Gurmag Angler, but these are 6/6s and 5/5s. Oh, interesting, another one? Okay. Let's see what we can do here. We can just animate Colonnade and plus both Gideons, and our opponent's forced to block. Right? Like 5, 6, yeah. I'm gonna animate this Colonnade. One second. I would be left with 2 mana. I guess I could keep Field of Ruin up. Yeah. Yeah, they're forced to double block, so yeah. Okay, we win that match. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Right. By the way, for those watching the stream, I am running a poll on Twitter as to which deck I should run tomorrow. So let me get you the link to that tweet in the chat. If you want to vote for which deck I'm going to play tomorrow. I'm pretty sure this version of Blue-White is not that great, but the deck strategy is super strong. Like, I felt like pretty ahead, and well, the first match is whatever, but the second match, like feeling ahead of Grixis Shadow is hard. There's not many decks in Modern that have that privilege. This hand's awkward, but like it needs lands. It's fine. We have Serum Visions. We'll keep. Plains? Okay. Basic Plains is a very strange opener. We need lands anyways, no matter what, so our hand has pretty much got everything we need for most matchups. We drew a Hallowed Fountain. Right. I don't know what I'm facing. And right now with this hand, I just want lands. Honestly. I just want more lands. More and more lands. Because if there's a control mirror, yeah. Deafen Taxes. Yep. Thalia, okay. Well, that's an interesting one. Let me think here. We have Flooded Strand, which is awkward. Because if our opponent plays Arbiter... Let me think. We're gonna play this, and we're gonna search an island right away. I'm not a big fan of... Right. So we're gonna take 2 most likely here, and I might path this Thalia. Right. Like, if my opponent doesn't play a land, I'm probably not pathing Thalia. Since we have lots of time then. Right. There's no need to do anything here. Oh, Seagram Coast, perfect. Okay, so now we pass the turn. And we have the gate up, and we can verdict on turn 5, that's totally fine. Taking 2 damage is not an issue. Vile. I don't like Vile. Vile introduces a world of problems, and they don't have that much. So I don't want this Vile. Serum Visions. Serum Visions is interesting. This turn, I probably want to cast it, but then I don't know what land to play. Because what I'll probably do here is just play Serum Visions for the proper mana cost. Getting the Trials doesn't seem super great. Let's see, Detention Sphere. We just want more removal, but I actually just want more lands, more search for Ascanta effects, like D-Sphere. There's no real annoying permanent that's not a creature, so yeah. We're just gonna play this Plains and pass. Gideon? It might, but we already have the other Gideon. We don't... I could just, like, path this Thalia if need be. They already, like, have to overextend it a little more. Like, they don't have anything going on. Blade Splicer? Like, right, like, with this I already have to Wrath. Pretty much. So we're gonna Supreme Verdict this. This is more than enough to do it. And then we have Path to Exile. And Gideon. We also can play Gideon Jura next turn. Just super powerful. Only if our opponent can Flipper with Gideon, so it's not like protection if our opponent has lethal damage. Okay, they play Sarah Avenger here, which has Vigilance, which is a very good counter to Gideon, I guess, then. But this turn is so good for Gideon that I'm just going to play it. Like, it's such a good Gideon turn. Like, yeah, they could Flicker Wisp, but yeah. Okay, oh, wow. Okay, this is an interesting one. Inspiring Vantage. I don't know what that means, though. Right, so Gideon is going to take some damage. That's totally fine. Does it mean they have Blood Moon? That would make no sense. Playing Ghost Quarter and Blood Moon is weird. Right, okay, so that's what it is. Snapcaster Verdict is pretty far off because it's so much mana. Kind of a fan of Search for Ascanta. If our opponent Ghost Quarters it, it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to just play it plus the Gideon here. And cast this Search for Ascanta with Path to Exile up. I don't really care if like the search gets Ghost Quartered. That's not a problem. Okay, so here I might want to path this Sarah Avenger. Yeah, I probably want to path this now. Oh wait. My opponent has Resto Angel in their deck potentially. If they do that, that's bad. So we're gonna let this happen. I should have pathed on my opponent's turn. That was a mistake. Yeah, because if our opponent restos, we're in real trouble, so I'm going to let this happen. They pass the turn here. That's probably the clearest sign they have resto. Oh, wow. Lightning Bolt? Okay, they don't really play that card, so we got, I guess. Right, let me think here. I probably still want to path the Sarah Avenger. Yeah. I was not expecting Bolt there. At all. Like, so far off my radar. Right, so... Let me get some basic planes. Right, we have Search for a Scanta. Remand is not as good as it normally is, especially with Thalia, so yes, Remand in the graveyard, and we're gonna transform. Spreading Seas on Vantage is probably good enough. Oh, we could Spreading Seas Ghost Quarter too. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because we're winning on cards anyways. Like I don't really care if they Ghost Quarter us. We could Spreading Seas the Ghost Quarter with a plan because we're not gonna die to Bolt most likely, but like I don't know what red spells they play. So if we Spreading Seas this, that allows us to Snapcaster Path if they Ghost Quarter us. That's okay. Maybe I should have... Actually, I should have tapped the Search anyways. That was a mistake. Because if I draw a land here, then I look stupid. I don't draw a land, so it's okay. I could Serum Visions here. Rather than hope for Snapcaster Path. I think that's fine. Let's Serum Visions. Flooded Strand. Probably not... I think we'll keep the Supreme Verdict, but I don't think the Field of Ruin is what we want, so yeah. We'll play the Flooded Strand and we won't fetch. They're most likely going to Ghost Quarter our Scanta though, so we're probably not going to see that Supreme Verdict. In that case, I'll probably fetch with Flooded Strand. Our opponent is mana constrained though, so yeah. Yeah, we're gonna still get the land, it's fine. I'm still okay with like the blue Rampant Growth, it's not that bad. Right. Blade Splicer. Sure. Yeah, shuffling that Supreme Verdict is awkward. I definitely missequenced this. Okay, so... Logic Knot. Well, not the time for that. How much mana do we have? We actually have enough to go Snapcaster Supreme Verdict, so it's fine. Right. So we have 7 mana. Hopefully they don't have the Ferd Thalia, and then we can just rev. Okay, Ghost Quarter. But it has Arbiter? No, they have something else. Morph! I have no clue what this is. Someone help me out on that one. Morph, huh? I will take... I don't think I want to take a single chance on this one, but... Oh, this might be the Akroma. Yeah. That Akroma is a problem if our opponent draws Resto Angel, so... We're gonna just D-Sphere this right away. We take 0 risks. Although if they kill this D-Sphere, we're in trouble, but yeah, they probably don't have a removal for D-Sphere. Because it's protection from blue and white. It's actually not beatable on the in play. Yeah, it's this is one of my favorite pieces of art in the game, by the way. I really like the waves in the hair. I like as well as the fire. Right, so we're gonna play Colonnade, and we're gonna pass to Logic Knot whatever nonsense comes our way. Then we're gonna pass again, and we're gonna Sphinx it from. Yeah, Angel of Fury. No, yeah, Fury, yeah. We still have like 2 Supreme Verdicts in our deck though, so it's not too bad here. Okay, so our opponent passes. They're probably aiming to Resto Angel at some point. Right, so we do this. We pass, and they have Restoration Angel end turn, which is fine. That's fine, I don't mind. We have Colonnade to block, but they have Path to Exile, which they haven't used before. It's not that, it's they use Restoration Angel on the morph. Right, so our opponent attacks because they have like 1,000 paths. So we're just going to play this thing for X equals 1,000 million. Or 6. 6 is roughly the same. Alright, so we gain 6 and draw X. If our opponent has like mana type, like that'd be... I don't think they have space for it, but yeah, okay. This is a way we can beat a Chroma Angel of Fury. Right. So we have Snapcaster Mage. I mean, this is looking pretty decent for us. Flicker Wisp, the Resto Angel. Oh, the D-Sphere? Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, they have Flicker Wisp. So that Detention Sphere was... I mean, it comes back, but yeah, it doesn't... Right. Thankfully, we can have protection from this, so it's not so bad. We want to get rid of this Resto Angel. Yes. Right. And we can play Rune Halo, naming this a Chroma. It's not so bad. It looks awful for me, but I'm going to eventually draw into... Right. We can Field of Ruin their Ghost Quarter, but that doesn't really do much. I'd rather just play this Rune Halo here, naming a Chroma Angel of Fear. Because this... What does protection mean again? Do I die to this thing? Probably not. It prevents damage dealt to it. So, yeah. The Chroma Angel of Fury. Okay. And then we made a mistake. We should have exiled Flicker Wisp because our opponent could just deal 6 to us. But we have Snapcaster Mage negate. Okay, we need another Supreme Verdict at some point. Right. Play Colonnade and pass. We have this Logic Knot though, so it's fine. This is not a common interaction. It's actually a really old one, to be fair, actually. Right. I'm probably going to condemn the Flicker Wisp, actually. Do we want to counter this? I don't want to take like this huge hit, so... Right, so we're gonna condemn most likely, so we can pay 1. We have to make it 4 mana. So Flooded Strand is gone, and Search is gone. So that's all equals 4. Yeah, done. Yeah, Gideon can be hit by a Chroma. I need to get a Supreme Verdict. Not unlikely, to be fair. But yeah, like... Okay. Then we condemn this thing to the bottom of our opponent's deck. They can gain 1 life. Right, and then we untap playing this Field of Ruin. And then we just Snapcaster Sphinx's Ref for everything. I think even if our opponent like Flicker Wisp the Detention Sphere, that's what we do. Let me think. Linen Arbiter. I don't really care if our opponent strip mines us with Ghost Quarter. That's not a fundamental issue. We can... It's okay if they strip mine us. I don't really mind. Get a Sphinx's Revelation. Right. Resolves. Cast this thing. Yeah, if they Ghost Quarter us, it's fine. I don't really mind. We're probably running out of basics anyways. So X is 6. Right, there's our verdict. I wonder if our opponent's going to let us untap. Yep, they did. Cool. We're just going to... First, we're going to cast the Supreme Verdict. Right. There we go. That's step 1. Then we'll cast this Gideon ally Zendikar. And I'm going to play an island and discard Flooded Strand once I make a knight. Just so I have access to Cryptic. Right. Flooded Strand. There we go. I don't even know if there was a land left. I think there's like 1 basic left in the deck. We could counter this Thalia. Why not? It's not a really... It's just an annoyance, but we can get rid of it. Right. Play this Colonnade, and we're just going to make this as quick as possible, so I'm going to plus this Gideon. I know that they could have Path, but... It's fine. If our opponent wants to Path this, they can. I say that. I could just counter draw. Right, counter draw. Cool. I have 2 Spreading Seas. Yeah, I guess I'll pass. I have 2 Cryptics, it's fine. I don't really care about that. That's fine. I can resolve. Play this. Plus. Animate this Colonnade. Right. Cool. Let's see. This is what, 5-9. Okay, we're killing our opponent in a turn. It's fine. I think this is the last Thalia. I can't remember the count. Yeah. Yeah. So the Ghost Quarter our land. That's fine. Yes. I can't. I think we have. Oh, we have 2 basic left. Excellent. Cool. Yeah. Right. Now we play this second Gideon of the Trials. And we just plus on Thalia. Let's go. Yep, and then we could have Serum... Oh no, we can't Serum Visions. We need 5 mana for Cryptic. I don't care about this card. It is not relevant to me. Right. So, plus... Oh wait, no, not plus. 0. Right. Man, this deck is... Yeah. Takes a little while to kill, but it's fine. Yeah, our opponent's forced to block. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. That's fine, our knight dies. I don't really care. All of this is totally fine. Gideon was just nuts in Standard. Yeah, you can have your Aether Vial on turn 18. That's fine. That is totally fine. Right, and now we're just gonna plus... 0. And I'll attack with these two to save some time rather than activate Colonnade. Unblocks. There we go. That was easy. Right, okay. Porphyry Nodes is pretty good against this style deck. Stony Silence isn't like the best. It does like stop Vile, but very little else, so I'm not a fan of it. Rune Halo is weird. Like, I don't really like it post board when they board in like cards that affect your enchantments. Right. Explosives is pretty good. There's also, yeah, Explosives is nice actually. Yeah, it's just nice. Let's see. Condemn they run into. Spellsnare is pretty good against them. I don't like Negate. I think they're more permanent base control. Cryptic is a bit awkward when they're taxing my mana, so I'm gonna cut a Cryptic. I like keeping the Rev. Do I want this Gideon ally of Zendikar? It seems pretty bad against them. Because like the 2/2 body isn't that relevant. They have like free golems with first strike. They have Thalias that have first strike. They have flyers. I think these Gideons are a liability. I think Jura's good, but the others aren't good. I think we just kill with like Colonnade. It's fine. I guess if we really wanted to kill quicker, I think like you want to go full control. Actually, Search is pretty bad against them because they have Ghost Quarters. Search is just a good card though. So let's see. I think we want to keep Cryptic just because the tap mode is so good. And I guess then we don't want to remand. We want to keep these searches in. Oh, Spreading Seas is bad against them too. So maybe... Yeah, I think Search is fine because it constrained them. I think we're going to keep these Gideons in just because they work well with the Rafts and they can't play around Rafts a lot. They're pretty good with nodes too. Seas is bad because they have like... Yeah. Infinite. I guess I could keep one negate in. Like, one is fine post-board. What else? One Root Halo? I guess I want the one Root Halo against the Akroma, just in case. But I think it's bad. No. I think the Rune Halo is bad. We'll keep it. We'll try this. Yeah, there's not much else. Okay, so we're keeping this hand. We start with the Rune Halo, so we're gonna see how bad it is. Stony? Yeah, maybe Stony was better than Rune Halo. Because it like stops the vials. Yeah, that's fair. Colonnade turn 1 tapped. Yeah, I think the one Stony is better than the Rune Halo, since it stops a for Vial. Inspired Vantage. Linen Arbiter? Okay, well... That we have to be careful about. I should have... Yeah. If they Ghost Quarter us, this is just brutal. So what do I do here? Can I just afford to, like, D-Sphere later? Although, our opponent can't Flicker West quite yet. I guess we made Plains and pass here. I don't want to get Ghost Quartered. I do have an Explosives, but yeah. I think it's fine. Like, I don't have to play Stony in the dark. Like, I can just keep it. Right, okay. Sacred Foundry, okay. Right. Let's see. We can Serum Visions first. Because I don't want to D-Sphere this. Explosives is pretty good here. I'm going to keep the Explosives. I don't know if I want Jace, though. I want more active cards right now. Jace is okay with the +1. And we have Sphere, so maybe... No, Jace is action. Jace is action. We're going to keep Jace. We'll put it on top. And I'm going to play this Seachrome Coast and pass. If our opponent plays Thalia end of turn, they would have played Thalia right away. I don't think they would have waited on Thalia. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm gonna attack the Arbiter again. Yeah. Let's just see what happens here. Blade Splicer. Sure. This is a lot. This is starting to be a lot of damage. Let's see. If I Jace, this is 2 damage. But they could have a Nafer Vial. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I'm really dependent on Verdict in this matchup. I guess I could D-Sphere, but... Let's see, what do I do here? I got Explosives for 0. I think that's, like, totally fine. Yeah, Explosives for 0 is probably the plan. Gideon. Okay, Cryptic is nice, because it mostly allows me to bounce this Aether Vial. Let's see. Do we bottom this Serum Visions? What do I have next turn? I'm not gonna have 5 blue mana, right? No. So I'm gonna bottom it. I'm gonna top this Cryptic, just to buy time. Top. Okay, great. Yep. Fuck off, seriously, stream. Okay. Limited. Fuck. Oh my god. This is really painful. Hi. Okay. We're back, I think. Right. Hi. Okay. Sorry about that. I do not like internet companies in Canada. The service is pretty bad and the price is very high. Right, so we lost a lot of time too on our clock, which is bad. I'm gonna put Cryptic on top, and play this Explosives for 0. Done, so that our opponent can't Flicker Whip this Golem. And then we're gonna play Hallowed Fountain tapped. Right. And then the plan is to bounce this Aether Vial with Cryptic next turn. Okay. We're definitely... I definitely don't want to randomly take damage here, so... I'm probably going to sack this explosives. I don't know. Do I want to sack the explosives? Yeah, it's just tempo. Let's just sack them. It's awkward if our opponent plays Ghost Quarter. So maybe that was a mistake as a result because Ghost Quarter is a thing. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Right. Okay, they play planes. That's good for us. What are they doing here? Plate Splicer number 2. Right, so... But they didn't vial it, which is interesting. Right. They vial now. Yeah, they're Flip-Wisp-ing this now. We could also de-sphere the golems. Wait. What happened to my land? Did I only have free lands? Oh, right. They took the colonnade. Okay. Why would you take the Blade Splicer here? That doesn't make any sense. Unless you know what I have. This is weird. Opponent knew what I had? That's pretty... Like, why would he... Okay. Let's see. I could Jace plus. That's not good enough here. Let me think. What would I want to de-sphere here? If anything. De-sphering the golem isn't that bad. Could also de-sphere these Blade Splicers, but yeah. Or the Vial. I'm a fan of de-sphering this Vial. Is that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is still a 2-turn clock. Let's de-sphere the Vial. I just don't want that thing like ruining my life. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have the disruption piece they need. Yeah, you go to free. Okay. Right, so we can cryptic command our opponent. Let's see. We're gonna tap and draw. I guess there was like a line to bounce, but drawing a card is powerful here. Now we're in trouble. I could... The problem is this golem kills me. Like I can Jace... What do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Because I can like Jace and Rune Halo, the Flicker-Wisp, but then I die to Arbiter and Golem. So maybe I should have bounced and like just protected myself here. Yeah. I can't... What can I Jace minus into even? Yeah, because if I Jace plus, then my opponent deals lethal damage still, even with Rune Halo. I guess I could like pretend I have Path. I guess that's fine. I was hoping to draw a Snapcaster or a Supreme Verdict off 2 draws. Is there anything in my deck that would work? Not really. So I'm just gonna bluff the Path. Maybe I'm giving my opponent information out here. That's not good, but yeah. Okay. Oh, that was stupid. I named Path to Exile. That was silly of me. Oh well, anyways, let's move on. Slight misclick. We were running out of time and my brain was on other stuff. That was very silly of me. Anyways, Stony Silence over Rune Halo. I really don't like Vile, but yeah, we also have an Explosives in our deck. And Rune Halo is an answer to that Angel. So I think it's fine. We also have Detention Sphere, so I think our sideboard's fine as is. Yes. Okay, I have to be quicker. Right, keep. This is good. It has a Wrath and stuff. Yeah, we already played a line. That turn was turn 7. Our opponent's mulliganing. I'm probably going to like focus a lot on this game rather than lines. I'm definitely not going to be playing it optimally. I just need to play fast. More important. We definitely played a land that turn. Mulliganing to 5. That's great for us. We don't have a fast clock though. They top. Okay. Alright, that's all we need to know. This can get a Hallowed Fountain later. Vile's okay when they mulliganed. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm gonna get a Hallowed Fountain and lose 2 life. But yeah, there was no need to lose 2 life here. I mean, they could have Arbiter, but I don't really care. Right. Oh wow, this Vile is actually critical. Serum Visions, not in the graveyard, no. I'd like to have that card actually. Right, blue, draw. Explosives is super interesting because it kills that Vile. We want to bottom this and keep the Explosives on top, I guess. Yeah. So we're gonna play Explosives for 1. If our opponent plays a land, then I'm not interested in Explosives for 1, and I can bin it. But yeah, without a land, I'm definitely doing Explosives for 1. I could have also kept the Snapcaster to go with Serum Visions, I guess. Right, so we're gonna play Explosives for 1 and crack it right away. Okay, upkeep. What happens here? Thalia. Well, that's good to know about. So we will thank our opponent for that one. Let me think. No, we can do it for x equals 0, and then it's still a color. So yeah, we can cast this for 0. We paid a color for it, so it still works. And then we sacrifice it. Right. We kill the Vile that way. It might take a while for all this to work. Oh, our opponent drew a land. That's awkward for us. Okay, that's fine. We have a good idea of the trials, though. That will help us win quicker. Selfless Spirit. Oh, that's awkward. We might have to get rid of this eventually. Right. Anything that's not a land is probably getting binned. Yes, that is definitely going in the bin. Condemn is very good here. So we're going to pass, and we're probably going to condemn the... We might condemn the Thalia. Yeah. The Thalia is really annoying. Yeah. I can always path the Selfless Spirit later. We don't really want to give our opponent lands right away. Actually, pathing might get us Search for Scanta, but it's okay here. We can just play Gideon of the Trials. No, we want this land. So play Gideon. Plus, I don't really want to path here. No. We need to kill our opponent very fast, though. Okay, our opponent played Inspiring Vantage. Maybe it was a mistake to take 2 and like path and to turn that Selfless Spirit. The opponent wants to land though, so yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably wrong. Morph. Okay, well, that morph might have to get... I might have to get rid of it. Let me think, what do we do here? We have Verdict though. Do I want to put Path in the graveyard? I guess so. Lands are probably what we want, so... Right. We want to play this Jace. Then we want to plus, and we want to plus on this. And then we ship. And then we're going to turn search, and we're going to kill our opponent as quickly as possible once we verdict. I'll probably path to exile the Selfless Spirit. And end of turn. I'm going to get a basic planes now. Just to save some time. That disconnection, yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Flicker Wisp. Sure. We can just play Supreme Verdict, so it's not a problem. Yeah, just half this. Yeah, and then we untap Supreme Verdict, and I start hitting for some damage and getting some cards. Right, our opponent's getting the land, which makes sense. Right, let's just F6 here. Search for a Scanta is going to flip, which is great. We want Snapcaster in our hand. Yes. Now we want a -2, since our opponent doesn't know what we want. Getting Jura would be nice. Snapcaster Island, I don't think I have time for, so... I'll choose Pile... Actually, I'll choose the Snapcaster Pile. Snapcaster does attack pretty quickly. So Verdict... right, and then 0, attack. Then we can Snapcaster, Spell Snare, Snapcaster Path, and deal a lot of damage here. Right, Flicker Wisp, that's fine. Sure, that's fine. Getting will come back, it's not a problem. Right, so Snapcaster, Path to Exile. Right, this out. Right, cool. Opponent might have bolts, but yeah, we're just gonna... Right, and they might kill Gideon, but there's not much we can do to do that. Okay. Oh, they do it upkeep though. Okay, they don't have it. Right, reveal. Right. I'm gonna take whatever the hell is two cards. Any 2 cards I keep. Right. 0. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the end of turn, I'm gonna search for a Scanta and have Cryptic up. Right. So we're gonna pass. Linen Arbiter. We can Snapcaster Snare that, keeping the search up still. Spell Snare. I'm just going for the Frode here because we're limited on time. Right, that. That's fine. I don't really care. Right, Scanta. Logic Knot's fine. Right. Plus Jace. 0 Gideon. Animate Colonnade. Attack in. Have to exile, so we want to probably Logic Knot this. X is 1. Yeah, that's fine. Then we want to cast Serum Visions. This is lethal if our opponent doesn't block, so yeah. Top and bottom, since we already have a path, and ship. Gideon is like just emblem. It makes like another lethal attacker with the snaps. We have Cryptic to tap our opponent's creatures, so this is pretty much over. Assuming our opponent isn't trying something fancy. Or we disconnect, of course. That would be awful. Right, Sacred Foundry. They got a 1. Okay, we don't need that then. Sure. Well, this is fine. Right, and then we just Cryptic. Tap and win. Sure. Cryptic. Tap all creatures your opponents control. Draw a card. Do this. There we go. Right, free 0. Man, these matches have been pretty intense. Let's play the next match. Thank you. Yes, I would like to play first. This hand's bad. Mulligan. This hand's okay. I don't like Sphinx's Rev this early, but... Oh, they mulligan to 6 as well. Cool. We probably want to keep Spreading Seas. It's very unlikely to be bad, and it's pretty good against quite a few opponents. Especially like card light opponents can sometimes have mana issues. We both topped, so I'm just gonna play this Colonnade and pass. Well, Verdant Catacomb decks, Spreading Seas tends to be really good. Verdant Catacomb's Grave is weird. Inquisition, they can take anything. We Spreading Seas their Watery Grave. They took Path. Okay, they're probably with lots of threats. Let's get Hallowed Fountain first. Spreading Seas. Right. Stomping Ground. Okay, they're on 5-color Shadow. Tarmogoyf. Right. Let's play Flooded Strand and pass. We're probably going to negate a Traverse here, if that happens. Yeah, so Spreading Seas against this deck is insane. Taking the path is bad for us, though. Thankfully, we have some time, because the Goyf is only a free 4, and our opponent didn't bobble. Opponent had bobble or a Street Wraith, this would be more awkward. Okay, let's get it. They know we have negate though, so they're less likely to run into it for some reason. Right. Colonnade is okay here, since we're not going to use Revelation for 1. And if our opponent has a Black Sword for a discard, we're probably going to negate the discard spell. Right, so... Okay, this is different. This is not the usual deck. Wow, what is this deck? Mishra's Bubble? Do I want to negate this? It's pretty weak to negate that. Yeah, I'm not going to negate it. They see their own hand? Okay, they probably have like a Street Wraith or something. Why would you target yourself unless you had a draw spell? Or a fetch land? Like, you would do that if you have a fetch land, so... Right, so... We take the damage here. We really need a Verdict at some point. Oh, Spreading Seas is great here. Not much is needed to kill us, though, so that's awful, but... Actually, Spreading Seas can just draw us into quite a few things, so... We should play it just on that basis. Like, we could draw a Gideon, a Condemn. If our opponent has Lightning Bolts, then we negate it. Wait, what? They use a Battle Rage? Why would they use a Battle Rage? What am I missing? There's already an instant, right? So this isn't like doing anything specifically. Mystic Gate and hope they don't have the... I don't even know. Like the Street Wraith. The Street Wraith would be bad. Ugh, that Breeding Pool's bad for us. This is a green source. Actually, we can't... Yeah, for Delve. Oh, Hooded Mandrills, maybe? Yeah. Oh, we can't even Sphinx's Rev. I should have, like, planned to Sphinx's Rev for 2 this turn. But counting that Stomping Ground is so good, and might have saved us, actually, here. Okay. Well, we need to draw a Verdict or something, quickly. Yeah, they should traverse. They have 4 card types. I think we negate this. Okay, we drew the Path to Exile. So we can Sphinx's Rev for 2 and survive here. I'm letting them untap, which is awkward, but... Yeah, they got the Street Wraith. Alright, let's see what happens here. Maybe I shouldn't do it, like... Okay, so we're gonna Sphinx's Rev. Blue, blue. X equals 2. And then we're gonna play this Path. Oh, no, that was a huge mistake. Oh, I screwed that up bad. I should, because I should have animated Colonnade and blocked Snapcaster Mage. That was really bad on my part. Ugh. Well, now I can animate Colonnade, but yeah. That was a big mistake. In my view. Like, yeah. Like, because then I can Sphinx's Rev now, and there's no Snapcaster in play. And I'm, like, really far ahead. Because I get, like, 2 more cards. Like, 2 more cards is huge. Right, well, we're gonna animate this and probably lose. Oh, that was super bad. Fatal Push. Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't have lost this game. We would have drawn into Serum Visions. Okay, yeah, that was just awful. That was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. Rune Halo is super good against those decks. The Planeswalkers are great. Porphyry Nodes is okay. Rest in Peace is good too. Explosives at 1 or 2 is okay. We don't want Negate, so that can go. Search is okay. Cryptics are awkward, I find. Jace Architect of Thought isn't what we want. Remand is bad, and Seas are great. Spell Snare against the Goyf version's good. Especially they have Goyf Snap, so yeah. Yeah, but I misplayed that game horribly. I definitely should have Colonnade, block. Oh, wait, then my opponent has has the push there? No, but they don't have black mana, right? That's where it would have been great. Because then I Path, and my opponent has black mana, but then I can Sphinx's Rev for 4, and have a little more life to play with, too. And, like, a few more cards, and I draw Cryptic. Then I can, like, Field of Ruin, the Breeding Pool. Yeah, like, I'm just super far ahead. So, yeah, you can see, like, even a small mistake, like, compounds. Gideon is a little worse when against them, I guess, but what else do we want? What do I not want? Like, all these cards seem great. I guess Rest in Peace Snap is not that good, but Rest in Peace is so good, it doesn't matter. I guess Logic Knot is not good. And Sphinx's Rev is probably not needed. Maybe not 2 searches. Like, search is maybe not needed. I'd rather have 1 search, I guess. Because we have Rest in Peace. We don't want too many Nombos. We're going to keep... This hand is like Mana Denial Central. No. Pass. Like, they can't Thoughtseize or Field of Ruins. Oh, wow, they have basic Swamp. That's like the nut for us. They might have, like, board in a basic Forest, though, so... Right, so... Let's see. Serum Vision... It's probably not pathing end of turn. Mystic Gate... Right, we're gonna bottom the Plains, and we're gonna top the D-Sphere. Then play the plane. I should have played Field of Ruin here. Okay, let's focus. Let's focus. Right, Mishra's Bauble. So our opponent knows we keep D-Sphere. That's fine. They can know. Oh, they maybe have the. They're maybe gonna do it on themselves. They targeted themselves. Yeah, so they take the second path. Right, and here they draw a card, and we just play this Field of Ruin and pass. One second. Yeah, okay, so they drew their card, they cycled Street Wraith. They wanted this card. Yeah, Stomping Ground, okay. Sure, that's fine. Water Grave, okay. Snapcaster Mage and a discard spell. Okay. Let's see. I could feel to ruin their blue source because they normally like have multiple green sources. I guess I could feel to ruin this Stomping Ground anyways. So let's see if they have that green source in their deck. We'll get a Plains. Oh, they don't? Okay, that's awesome. So we can feel to ruin their Watery Grave too. So we're gonna do that now. Feel to ruin Watery Grave. Getting an island and going for Serum Visions. These are the matchups where Field of Ruin really shine. Okay, so we're gonna top Rune Halo and then top Spreading Seas, so we can cast both in one go. Basic Forest. Oh, they have the Basic Forest. They just drew it. Right. So at this point, they have. Let me think. What do I want to stop? Tarmogoyf is a little easier because we have Rest in Peace. So I'm going to stop, I think, the black mana because there's more things that could happen there. Oh, sorry, that was bad. I meant I should have. It's weird because I want to Spreading Seas the Swamp. But then I should Runed Halo the Death Shadows. Let's see what my opponent does end of turn here. Abrupt Decay the Spreading Seas? Okay, that's fair. Right, so now... That's not a very winning fight. Okay. Death Shadow. Cool. Right, so Death Shadow is no longer live against us. I guess they have Abrupt Decay in their deck, but yeah. I didn't realize they had Abrupt Decay. I mean, that deck already has so many cards that are above the normal versions. Okay. Polluted Delta, sure. Colonnade's good. At some point I may stop playing lands because Lily is a thing, but yeah, at least we have an answer to it. If they cast it. What do they get here? Steam Vents is a line in their deck? I guess not. You can't have Steam Vents at Death Shadow Tarmogoyf. Blood Crypt? Okay. Scalding Tarn? Okay, they got their lands. I mean, they were gonna like draw out of their Mana Screw eventually, so this isn't like shocking. Man, the Snapcaster Mage is really getting us. I guess we can attack with Colonnade here. Actually, wait 1 second. If my opponent has Liliana and I attack with Colonnade and it dies, we're in real trouble. I kind of want to, though. They normally can't keep... They normally don't have that many pushes post-board. Yeah, I think attacking with Colonnade here is fairly safe. Yeah, I was right. Okay, cool. Right, and then we have Path to Exile if our opponent plays Goyf. Breeding Pool tapped. Right. I wonder which one of blue or green I would want to stop the most. Right. Let's see. Do we play Rest in Peace here first? No, we can animate Colonnade and kind of figure out, play it after. Right, so animate this Colonnade. I guess we play it off. Right, Rest in Peace. So that gets rid of their graveyard. Tarmogoyf's no longer a problem, and Death Shadow's no longer a problem. We win. Cool. Oh, their hand was like a million counterspells that were conditional. Like this Disdainful Stroke. Disdainful Stroke seems awful against us. It's useful that they... That was very generous to show Stubborn. Yeah, okay. Does anything change on the play? I still don't want Cryptics. Spell Snare is still insane. Rest in Peace is great. So only one search for Scandus is probably fine. They have Abrupt Decay as well. But I don't really want anything else. Like, it'd be Logic Knot, but I think search is fine. We're keeping this. The Field of Ruin and Serum Vision is good, and they mulligan on top. We also have Condemn plus Snap, so we're pretty protected here. Opponent is probably scrying. I'd assume they keep their 6. They bottom the card, okay. Street Rave, sure. Swamp. They always start with Swamp. That's insanely good for us. Hallowed Fountain, because we really need the dual source. We never know what could happen. Yes, and then Serum Visions. We have Rest in Peace, which is super powerful. This is more awkward because we want kind of all of this. So I will probably keep the Verdict, but do I want this Verdict? I think I want the Verdict, so I'm gonna keep Colonnade on top, and then we can kind of play it by ear depending on what comes up. Okay, they pass, right? So in that case, we want to develop ourselves a little more. Actually, this Rest in Peace would be really good, but I want to develop ourselves with the Colonnade. So top, and then we play this Colonnade. We're really ahead now. The Rest in Peace gets discarded. It's awkward, but we don't mind. Okay, so play Glacial Fortress, Rest in Peace. This makes Snapcaster bad, so I probably should have Snapcaster Visions first. It's fine though. Rest in Peace is way more brutal for my opponent. Right, so now we're just gonna play this Gideon. Oh, wait. Our opponent could get blue mana now. We want to pass. We don't want to run into Stubborn Denial in a game that's basically locked. I play Field of Ruin because I kind of want to make sure that I can fetch a land. Okay. We're going to stop on our own turn. See what they fetch first. Breeding Pool. I'd rather they don't have blue-green, so we're going to sack this and kill this. This would be really sick if they're going to do something at the end of turn with that, but yeah. I guess we get a plane since we have the island in hand. They get their forest. Yeah. Abrupt Decay? Sure, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, we lost some Serum Visions. Okay, Goyf. Sure. Yeah, it's fine. Wow. Okay, so we can still make this Gideon pretty safely, I think. Because we have both Condemn and Spell Snare. So we can just make Gideon, make a Knight. And just pass. We can Condemn, probably. If we draw Spreading Seas, I'll probably stop the black. Yeah. Tarmogoyf. Let's see, if we Spell Snare this, then the Goyf is 2. This is a really tempting target, though. But we can D-Sphere next turn, so I'm okay with letting this resolve, because we have D-Sphere, which is unreal. So here we want to D-Sphere the Tarmogoyfs. Right. We probably should have Serum Visions first, but yes. Right, so Serum Visions. I'm going to check what we have. Porphyry Nodes? Do I want Porphyry Nodes? Probably not at this point. Sphinx's Rev, I don't really need it either. It would be just draw 2, I guess. Draw 2 is fine, I guess. We're going to go Gideon Jura next turn. I can put it on top. And then here, I kind of want to like one-shot my opponent so they can't really play any good Death Shadows. So I'm just going to attack for 2 here. And then I'll play Gideon Jura. Maybe I should have attacked for 2, actually, because it allows our opponent to play Death Shadow if they draw, like, one of their fetches. Well, they could always do it anyways. Alright, so... Thoughtseize? They could also Abrupt Decay the Detention Sphere, which would be kind of gross. Let's see, if we just... what do we do here? Do I want to run into Abrupt Decay? Abrupt Decay is brutal here. We can wait a turn, I think. I'm just going to make a Knight and a Gideon Jura. And just plus the Gideon Jura. So that almost nothing can happen. They could, like, decay this, which would suck, but at least we're fine. Yeah, so plus our opponent. Snap Serum? Nah, we have Snap Condemn. That's much better. So here, our opponent's going to decay the Detention Sphere. Or Gallery Charm it. That works too. And now they have to attack this Gideon Jura. So we can like triple block the first Goyf. Yep. So they looked at ours. We don't know what's on top. Yeah. So here we could also Supreme Verdict, by the way, so it's not so bad. Yeah, our opponent has to attack Gideon Jura and we just win, right? This is like 11 damage plus 2. Yeah, we'll just triple block with a Goyf to protect our Jura. They have to attack. Like, there's just no... You can't. Yeah. Right. If they have another Goyf, they have one over. Okay, so that's fine. Kill the Goyf. We could, like, if they have another Goyf, we can just minus kill that Goyf and then have Condemn up. What is this? Abrupt Decay? Number 2? Okay, sure. Okay, that's fine. They're at 13. So we can just Verdict here. Let's play the island first, but we can just Verdict here. And then we can Snap Verdict if our opponent plays Death Shadow. So... Alright, we were like super far ahead because our opponent missed a land for so long and didn't even do anything with it. Okay, cool. Miss Lethal? How did I miss Lethal? Our opponent sent us a message. I can't read it because we're done. Okay. I mean, maybe I can read it? No, I can't. Okay, well, we're 4-0. Yeah, this deck has been very, very good. 2 Gideon's Colonnade? Oh, because their Goyfs were tapped? Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Good point. Yeah, it was lethal. You're right. I didn't think of it, but yeah, it was lethal. It's true. Still important. You never know what they could draw. Although it's basically almost impossible there, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there was a combination of cards in our opponent's deck that could save them. So, but still, I should play correctly. That is true. Okay. Well, the games with this are long, so we're definitely only doing one league. Because like 2 leagues would be like nuts, I think. Right. We're 4-0, which is really good. This might be like our first proper great results, so yeah. Yes. By the way, yeah, I am streaming Modern basically over all the holidays. Pretty much every day, so if you're interested in more Modern content, just give the channel a follow. And you can follow me on Twitter as well. It's the same username, Wala. Yeah. Also, the poll, if you want, there is a poll on what deck I should play for tomorrow's stream. So for those that weren't there, I've put the link back into the chat. And if you haven't cast your vote, this is like your last chance. There's like an hour and some left. I will play whatever, like one of those 4 decks. This, yeah. Right, join match. We're on the play, yes. Well, we have double Field of Ruin, Gideon, Path, Condemn. So if we're like against Shadow, this hand's unreal. I think I'll keep. I mean, it's not so bad against Control either. I don't even want to imagine. There's almost no chance we want to Path to Exile on turn 1, so I'm going to just play this Colonnade first. Yeah. If our opponent like goes turn 1 Blood Moon, then, you know, that's fair game. This hand is okay against Tron, because we're on the play. On the draw, it's okay. Flooded Strand. Is this the mirror match? Island? This might be the mirror match. This is looking like the mirror match. Oh man, the mirror match is... That sounds awful. This is really strong in the mirror though. And there's only so many counterspells. Okay, so... This is the mirror. I want to get a Hallowed Fountain tapped. You want to get your like non-basics out of the deck first, because we're gonna like be... We're gonna be like Field of Ruin each other a lot. So... if I think this is the mirror, this is bad, and this is good. Also, we have lots of removal, even if like they're on some kind of aggro deck and not the mirror match. We'll see though. Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn might indicate that they're on Jeskai though. This is much more unusual. These decks run only a certain number of fetch lands. So yeah. I think we want to, rather than Field of Ruin in here, we want to Serum Visions. But because we don't know what we'll draw, I'm gonna Serum Visions first. Because we could draw like a tap land. Spreading Seas is interesting, but not doing anything now. We're definitely bottoming the island. The Colonnade is a much harder call. Because if we're definitely against the mirror, then it's a card we want. If we're not against the mirror, then like if we're against Jeskai, I don't want it because Jeskai has more burn, and we do need to like do something to stop them. So it's close. It's very close on the Colonnade. I guess it's very close. It is. Scalding Tarn is, if they're all blue-red control, then Colonnade's bad. I'm gonna just bottom it. We need interaction at some point. All right. Well, we're gonna play the island. Okay. It's very likely it could be if our opponent. Okay, our opponent's on Jeskai. They might be on Jeskai Breach. So I think putting the Colonnade on the bottom is good here because we already have Field of Ruin. Could be Blue Moon. I guess if it is, then it is. Let's see here. Ruined Halo. Well, we don't know what they're on, so I'm tempted to just go Field of Ruin, their Steam vents, and depending what they get, because like if they're on Blue Moon, as you say, yeah, I think this is fine. We'll see what happens. We can get a plane. What's our deck's worst matchup? Proper combo, like non-creature combo is bad. Okay, Steam vents. Right, so this gets destroyed. Been dealing click us. I guess that's fine. I don't mind. Like, our hand is pretty redundant. They might get the Gideon. Getting the Spreading Seas is also a possibility, but it's a bit weird. This Condemn does nothing except in this exact situation, so it's also... Pathing our opponent's really awkward. So our opponent decided to leave our hand as was, which I think is correct. Because they know what they play around. So we're going to get a Plains. And our opponent's going to get some source. A blue source. Okay, well, we're going to Spreading Seas this Steam events. They could have Spell Snare here. That'd be actually a really good sequence from them. Like, knowing that I'm going to cast Spreading Seas. Nope. Okay, well, in that case, that's fine too. Right, so we draw our card and pass the turn. Opt. Okay, this is probably like Neo Twin. Yeah. Yeah, they look like they're straight blue-red. This is probably Blue Moon or Neo Twin. Basic Mountain. Yeah, they have Blood Moon. Okay, you were right on that one. We have a lot of basics, so this isn't super bad, but, you know. Tron Valakut? Tron's probably good. Tron's good. Valakut, less so. Right, so they did that. Right, so we can Serum Visions. We don't want Colonnade. Jace is actually pretty good here. Top. And we probably want to condemn our opponent's attack. Yeah. What is this? Fruit of Breach. Okay, so they are playing Fruit of Breach Moon. They're playing like Temur Breach or whatever it is, yeah. Yeah, we lose on this one. I mean, it's very unlikely we win, so I'm not gonna bother going for the motions. Oh, Cal and the casting Jace, yes. Well, fair. But like Jace would be better later and have 5 islands in the deck. Right, okay, so they're on Temur Breach. Negate's good, Search is good. Cleek is great. They have Blood Moon, so D-Sphere is okay. I think Walker is okay. Verdicts are bad. Spell Snare is good because they often have Path. Okay, so we don't want Condemn. We want to cut at least 2 paths. Porphyry Notes, Rest in Peace, Stony. We want the Gideon. The Ruined Halo isn't going to do anything, really. It's probably like straight blue-red. Like, Spreading Seas is like cantrips at least. Explosives kills a Blood Moon. It does kill also a Detention Sphere though, so it's a bit of an awkward one. Condemn, Path, Porphyry Notes, Rest, Peace, Stone, Hello. Let me think. What did these decks board in? This matchup's pretty bad pre-board because we're basically playing the same deck, except that they have an instant kill condition. Through the Breach. We lost game 1. Temur Breach. They call it Temur Breach, but yeah, they play Ops, a bunch of Romance, Cryptic, Search, Blood Moons. In post board, they have Giga Draws. Okay, Giga Drowse is interesting. Path is okay because I can path my own things, but yeah, Giga Drowse. Yeah. Giga Drowse is a hard card to beat. I gotta keep the third path, although, but like only because I can path my own creature mostly. Playing Bridge. Most of the decks that play Teamer like also play Cryptic, so Bridge is not helping you. Like, a Bridge in this deck, like you're gonna have cards in hand, so I don't think so, honestly. I don't like triple path to exile still. I'm just not sure. Like Rune Halo is not gonna do the job. So we're gonna choose to play first. We'll keep this hand. Yeah. Sure. We're gonna want to fetch a basic. Probably an island, because we have a lot of islands though. Also, we can just keep up the gate for next turn. I gotta fetch a basic island though, because our hand is like just blue. Even though we have more planes. Ugh. We really want to land. I have to pass with mana up, so I can't afford to play these. Like, if my opponent goes Blood Moon, it's just awful. Okay. Right, this Flooded Strand is great. We might be able to play Vendilion Clique. End of turn. It's counterintuitive, but the blue-white control deck only runs so many counter spells. Right. Snapcaster Mage Visions. We could remand, but I'd rather remand my own spell if we can. I could also clique myself. This was a hard one. Remanding their Serum Visions is fine. Right, so we have Field of Ruin. That's kind of nice. So now we like have all the basics we need. So I'm gonna just cast this Field of Ruin and pass the turn to my opponent. And we either play Clique or we Field of Ruin their Steam Vents. Okay, now they have Cryptic Mana up, so I'm not so tempted to play Clique. That was the biggest reason to keep Remand, is you can remand your own spell in response to Cryptic, which is super powerful. So we're gonna Field of Ruin our opponent's Steam Vents. Okay. Yeah, we can get up Plains. And I can fetch the other planes and play this island. Then we have 3 of each source, which is good. Yeah. Right, so now we pass the turn. This is why Snapcaster Mage is good. Is like you can't tap out, so just making Snapcaster is great. Right, so sadly you can't Logic Knock and Clique, but this is okay. If we had Spreading Seas on the mountain, it'd actually be pretty okay. Vendilion Clique also could be an answer to Free the Breach, but Remand. I'm gonna let this Remand resolve. We have 7 cards. I'm gonna like click again at my opponent's end step. Sulfur Falls? Okay, that's bad. This is starting to be too much mana. It's whoever has mana usually wins these games. Although, if our opponent taps out... Okay, so... I mean, the Blood Moon isn't that bad for us now. We could negate this, I guess. Okay, second Blood Moon. Let me think. I could click my opponent and then cast this Gideon Jura, so that's not so bad. Like, they're tapping out, so we can cast this Gideon Jura, and I don't really care about this Blood Moon. Right, so they have Clique, Disdainful Stroke, Remand. Right, so this Gideon Jura is basically invincible. I don't really care about... The Through the Breach is like the only dangerous card. So we're going to take it. Let me Snipping Tool stuff first. This hand is pretty non-threatening. So I'm going to basically take the Through the Breach. And now we know what they have to, so... Just because like that's like one of the only ways they can win. Right, now they Blood Moon. Blood Moon's fine. Okay, Glacial Fortress. So we can Visions first. And then play Gideon Jura. Okay, so we drew a bad land. Let's see. Our opponent's gonna Clique us at some point. The second Clique is kind of awkward because we're limited on blue mana, but it's a really good threat, so I want to put it on top since our Clique is not necessarily that invincible either, so yeah. So I'm going to play this Gideon Jura, and I'm going to minus killing the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, I think our opponent made a mistake in casting this Blood Moon. They basically opened themselves up to like a Gideon because I have 2 white. Right, so Steam Vents, we know they don't have Through the Breach. Right, so... Well, this Hallowed Fountain can come into play. Oh, it just... Yeah, it changed, right. So we want to 0 this Gideon. Yeah, and our opponent has Remand and Stroke. So they're going to cast Vendilion Clique, and we're okay with that. Okay, so they have Remand and Stroke, so we can't negate this, and Logic Nodding it is pretty bad. So we're gonna let this resolve. Right, target me. Our opponent knows our hand now. Yeah, just limiting us on blue mana is pretty key for Blood Moon. But we can always draw Spreading Seas and kind of get ourselves out of it. I can also play this Explosives for free and kill the Blood Moon. Right, so they leave our hand as is because it's very easy to deal with. So our opponent has Random, Remand, Disdainful Stroke. Right, so we trade cliques, which means I can probably run out this explosives for free. And I don't really mind whatever happens to it is okay. Done. Because I'm probably going to like try to resolve it again. Yeah, so our opponent remands. And now I could tap low. And this is kind of like the super difficult part. Is like, do I tap low or not? So like, I know remand is gone. Personally, I'd rather not tap low. Explosives can wait. Like, our opponent's like short on cards, not on mana. At this point, it's just how much blue mana does each player have. Okay, so... yeah. Not casting explosives also mean we could clique, but we have to fight for this remand, so... right. Okay, attack for lots. Okay. We're just gonna pass here. Since we can clique end of turn. Which gives us 2 lethal threats, really. If they Snapcaster, remand, then that's okay too. Then we can explosives for 2. Yeah, so that's fine. Opponent's gonna like remand here, which costs them a lot of mana, and then we can just explosives for 2. Right. All this is fine. We're gonna play explosives for 2 using mountain and yep. Then we have logic knot. Actually, that might not work, but eh. Right, so then we crack this explosives for 2 using the 2 mountains. And we try to kill our opponent with Gideon. Which is likely to be successful. Right, okay. Based on what I've seen. I'm so glad we didn't draw Path, but there's just so little I can board in. Like, Verdict isn't really helping much. Path is bad too, but worth putting to play around Spell Snare? Actually, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Since we had extra mana. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, that was a good point. Good shout. Playing an extra red mana to play around Spell Snare. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Stony Silence, rest in peace. Yeah. Pathing our own creature does help a lot though, so I gotta keep them in, but I'm not happy. There's just nothing else I want to put in. Like, Rune Halo just does nothing. Like, okay, I don't die to Emrakul, but I still get Annihilator 6. So, like, I'm gonna lose eventually. Right, so this hand has a basic planes, which is okay. Although it's super vulnerable to Blood Moon. Our opponent topped. Well, yeah, if you have Serum Vision, that's great. Okay, so top and top. Okay. Our opponent literally did not change a card. That is not a good sign. We need to draw like basic pretty quickly. Otherwise, we're in potential trouble. Or even a negate would be okay. Like, just going planes, like this. Even if I went planes, that would discourage my opponent from trying a Blood Moon. Because like a negate is possible, and there's a basic planes, so it's a lot less interesting. Right, planes. We do have a lot of islands, so hopefully we don't get destroyed here. Be nice to 5-0 a league. Doesn't happen that often. Right, our opponent polluted deltas. Okay, this is great. They were trying to make us F6. That's pretty That's pretty scummy. I guess it's gamesmanship, but you're never like getting an opponent in real life with that. So if you're practicing for real life, it's bad. Colonnade. I really need to Field of Ruin this turn. Huh? Can't we just play White U? No, there was a Blood Moon for the explosive last game bet here. Yeah, this game we just want to play around Blood Moon because our hand is okay. We've got an answer to Through the Breach in Vendilion Clique and Cryptic, so okay. Steam Vents, Desolate Lighthouse. Oh wow, that's even more interesting to destroy. I gotta destroy this Desolate Lighthouse. That card is not good news for me. That card is bad news, Bears. Sure, you can do all this. This is fine. None of this is relevant to my greater purpose. We can't tap out for Gideon, sadly, because we don't know our opponent's hand, and if they Through the Breach us, we lose. Right. So here we get an island. Yeah, they opt, and they still have 2 mana up. Yeah. Let's see here. I am very unlikely to play Cryptic, and I also can't. So, like, I think my line here is to play Colonnade and just have untapped mana later. If my opponent Cryptic commands my Clique, that's kind of frustrating. But I don't want to let them free teamer. Like, we could, like, 1 second. I could have Cliqued here. Oh, Lighthouse number 2? Okay. Well, they don't know Field of Ruin number 2, so that's okay. I don't want to get hit by Cryptic here. So, what do I do? Actually, this is awkward, because if they Cryptic this, then we can Gideon, but if we Gideon, then they can Through the Breach. I think we just untap. We have 4 mana up, so we have Cryptic mana. I'm just going to play this Field of Ruin here. Since we can Field of Ruin plus get a Clique in play if our opponent Desolate Lighthouses. Okay, so we're going to stop on our own turn. Kill this. So they have multiple Through the Breaches? Okay. We want a second Plains probably here. Or second Island. Like, the Plains is good for casting stuff, but we want Islands to counter stuff. I think Island is probably better to start off with. It's a lot harder to get the Plains, though. Right, so now they could Remand in a turn, so we have to just accept that they untap. Remember that they're playing Through the Breach. I can't, like, just randomly tap on their draw step. Like, what if they have, like, what if they redraw into it, or, like, Serum Visions or whatever? Like, yeah. Okay, so now we're at 5 mana, and next turn we're still at 5. So, not much is changing. Right. I don't want to get Cryptic here, so we're just going to untap again. I don't know if you've ever been Cryptic commanded, but yeah, that's... We can play a Serum Visions here, pretty free. Spreading Seas is interesting. So, we don't need the Fur Colonnade. I kind of like the Glacial Fortress, just untap land is good. So we're going to play the Celestial Colonnade, and we might Spreading Seas one of the red sources later. Like, our opponent's also, like, limited on lands, so... It's up on my turn. Snapcaster Mage opts. Okay, next turn we're probably going to Explosives for 2. I might Vendilion Clique here to get the Cryptic, because now it's fine. Like, Actually, this is really awkward. These Snapcaster Mages are going really far. We have Detention Sphere though, so we can just Detention Sphere them. And then keep Cryptic Command up. Right, that's probably the line, yeah. Vendilion Clique, D-Sphere the Snaps. I just want to know what's in their head. I'm probably not going to change a card. Yeah, this incidental damage is starting to get really grating. Serum Visions, that's okay. Yeah, I know they can bounce with Cryptic, but then it's a little harder. I would rather Explosives if I can, but we're gonna see what they do first. Right, our opponent plays Steam Vents and tapped. Wow, that's okay. I'm gonna click them here. Yeah, we're probably gonna play Explosives for 2. Right, Remand. Sure. I don't mind this. Right, play this. Explosives for 2. Done. Right. And then we do this on combat. I know this is looking like super cagey and probably too slow. Like, but my opponent like missed land drops and they just discard Further Reach. They probably are trying to go for like Further Breach with backup. And there's only so much I can do about that, sadly. Like if they go Further Breach with 2 mana up. Oh, damn it, this is bad. Oh, okay, that's good. Right, so here we crack this Explosives. And then if they go Blood Moon, we will cast our Vendilion Clique. What is this? 4 mana? 4 mana is an unusual amount. Oh, okay. They just screwed up their account. 4. Yeah, it is 4. What is this? Pure and Cure Nalar. Well, I don't have Supreme Verdict, so this is actually really bad for me. Let me think. Let's think what we can do here. Yeah, Vendilion Clique's not good. D-Sphere is not that great against this as well, because they can just sack the Thopter. I guess we could Clique. It's not as bad. Oh, sorry. It's not as bad as it sounds. Because I get just information. Yeah, sadly, like having... Maybe I should have explosive that in a turn, but like it was 4 incidental damage, which is a lot. So that was probably a mistake. But yeah, I could have taken the damage. Oh, we're tapped out, so yeah. Interesting. Electrolyze the Clique? That's fine. Honestly, that's totally fine. Just seeing their hand is great here, because we get to see if they have the combo. Right, they have the combo. So the question is, what do I want to do about it? Because the Snapcaster Mage is also pretty awkward for me. Like, right now their combo is pretty clunky, but I need to D-Sphere for sure the Thopters. And if I D-Sphere plus Gideon, then I'm in good shape. But if they draw Emrakul off the Through the Breach, I just lose. But I might have to... I think tapping out might be correct here. Our opponent can Snapcaster Electrolyze, but that's okay. I think I'm going to take the Emrakul here, which is a dead card otherwise. That's the other problem, is I give them a live card. But I really like having Gideon plus D-Sphere this turn. I think it's so powerful that I'm going to take the gamble. Okay. Like Desphearing the Spopters and Gideon, and then like untap, and then we're in great shape. So we took the Emrakul, and they probably board out at least one Emrakul. Does the land change anything? Like, we definitely want Ally of Zendikar. So we're gonna play Mystic Gate and tap that. Yeah, get those Spopters out of here. Yes. And then Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. And if they like play the Snapcaster Mage, that's totally fine, because then their hand is also super soft, so create a knight. Right, so if they combo us off, well, they combo us off. Like, they only have 2 Emrakuls post board. I would have 2. Okay, so our opponent fetches first to increase the chances of Emrakul. That's totally fair. I would opt first, no matter what here, if I don't have the Emrakul on the natural. Oh, that was way too fast. That was like instant. Like, yes, that's not good. There's no way that's a good thing for us. No way. Oh my god, yeah. You know it, like, like they click like in 5 seconds, it's over. We took the risk, it didn't pay off. Should we have taken the risk, I guess? Yeah, I think so. Like, at some point I have to put something in play. Oh, we'll open the treasure chest on stream, don't worry. But, I think taking the risk there was correct. It's a bit unfortunate for the result, but... Like, if I don't take the risk there, then... Like, what happens? Like... I pass with Cryptic, but then I know my opponent has Snap, and they have counter, and they have like tons of mana, so they're gonna like eventually get to like counter through. So I think this was the best chance, because you make a knight, then you make your other Gideon, and you have Cryptic up, and you're in okay shape. And we can maybe kill them with Colonnade. Okay, we would have drawn. No, we would have drawn Flooded Strand fetched. So yeah. I don't think we could have really clicked earlier. I mean, this deck didn't play Cryptic Command, so maybe we could have. I just didn't want to be Cryptic. The problem with like this deck, the sequence, right, is if they like Cryptic my Clique, I can't like go, okay, they're tapped out Gideon, because then they go through the breach. So, because of the way these decks are built, if I get Cryptic, I just lose the card, and they're up a card, and that's it. And I also want to Clique a little later, like once their draw is kind of like cemented. But yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Okay, well, it's okay. This deck performed really well. Would highly recommend Blue-White Control. I don't know if I would recommend this version, but I would highly recommend like a Blue-White Control deck. I thought this was like one of the better decks I've played in Modern in a long time. It's just super well engineered. Like the 2 Death Shadow decks we faced, like that matchup felt like pretty easy. And there's not many other decks where I felt like, oh, Death Shadow, great. So like that really, for me, cements this deck as like potentially pretty good. I thought it was really good, honestly. Like I would happily recommend Blue-White Control. Okay, so that said, we have some treasure chests because we want to reward people who stayed here. So, right. Do we open one at a time or all 8? We'll open all 8. I'm not gonna milk it. We definitely open chests on stream. We won them in war, so... Right, what do we get? We got... Well, we didn't get play points, because it would have been more than 24 items. This looks absolutely terrible. It looks like I literally just incinerated 24 tickets. Like, whatever this is in tickets. This is worthless. This is worthless. Fractured Identity. I'm pretty sure Fractured Identity is not worth anything. We just didn't put it in. I don't necessarily think that it's because it's bad or anything. I just didn't think of it. Okay. Hour of Eternity, Icy Blast, Lumbering Falls. I don't even know what this is. Mizzix Mastery. Or, yeah, Mizzix Mastery. Legendary Cube. Okay, 0.80. Molten Disaster is worthless. Dear God. We opened 8 chests and we got like less than... We barely got a ticket. If that. That's really brutal. That's a dagger to this. Like losing the match and then like getting destroyed on the tickets. On the packs. I mean, that's how it works, right? With treasure chests. Like you win some, you lose some. But still, come on. We haven't been lucky on treasure chests so far. Okay. Still have play points, so it's okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, so blue-white control. Changes to the list? Probably. I just can't think of any now. Like, there's so many cards in those colors, like in Modern, that you could use, like, wherever you think your metagame's more mid-range, more combo. So it's really hard for me to say a change. Honestly, I think what's important is, like, the shell was good. Like, you can customize the shell, but I think, like, inherently the deck was powerful. So I would highly recommend playing this deck. Maybe not, like, this list, but definitely the archetype. I thought it was very good. Yeah, Jobberman's recommending Elspeth, like big Elspeth, I suspect, since champion. But yeah, so I would recommend you play this deck. Otherwise, tomorrow is community's choice, so it's whatever comes out of that Twitter poll. The Twitter poll should be over fairly soon. Let me double check. There's like an hour left. However, it's looking very likely that we're going to see Grixis control tomorrow if there's not like a surge of votes to change things. So it's looking like tomorrow most likely is going to be Grixis control. So I'm going to look at whatever Corey Burkhardt played last and literally just run that, since he's the only person that runs that deck with grand consistency. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah. Really appreciate everybody that tuned in. If you haven't followed the stream, my channel, I recommend if you like Modern content. I'm going to be streaming Modern all over the holidays. There's a full schedule, like, so you can see when your favorite deck is there. Otherwise, yeah, if you have any questions, you can always contact me on my Twitter channel or any recommendations, suggestions, etc. So I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that watched. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow if you're there. Bye-bye.